Morning, y'all. Well, well. Morning, people. It is Tuesday, the 26th of November. Welcome to TDA, the day after. TDA stands for the day after. A lot of people don't know that. You'd be surprised. So TDA equals the day after. Your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. I am the only one who's currently here. I occasionally go by the Shade Queen when tempted, but always my own royalty and legally Esther. So that's just great. And Brent is here as well.
Good morning, everybody. How was your night?
How was my night? What did I do yesterday? I had a good night. I didn't sleep. I didn't have like a 7 hours sleep. I didn't have 7 hours sleep. Let's see how much I had. I think I had like 4 out of 5 maybe, which is not good.
You got a sleep app?
4 hours. Yeah, my Fitbit. 4 hours and 7 minutes. That's terrible. It's terrible. Anyway, so I went to bed at 12:30, woke up 5:15. But I'm happy though because I prayed to God that I would actually wake up early to read my Bible. Because that's a struggle. When I'm tired, it's just a struggle. I'm really glad I did. God really answers prayers and I'm just so happy. That's made my day. That's a great way for me to start my day. When I don't start my day with God, I just feel, when I say God as in like reading my Bible, I just feel like I've just gone out into the world, no armor, no nothing, just bareback. That's not it.
Do you use your phone in church for your Bible?
Yes, because I make notes because I've got a notebook. But then,
Notebook as in physical notebook?
yeah.
Okay.
But then at home, I read a physical Bible.
Why?
Because it's just more intimate. It's a lot. It's just I found, because I remember I had an argument with my mum about this one. I mean, she was just doing too much. I'm not going to talk about it. She was doing too much. But it's just a lot more intimate. And I feel like it's just more like in the presence of God. And it's like, it feels more honoring. It just feels more respectful. And I feel like on your phone, there's so many distractions. And I think it's what I use for everything else in the world and every other thing that I shouldn't be doing. It's what I use for useless things. So I just feel like when it's time for God, like having my physical Bible is just it's life changing actually. It's changed. It's really helped my faith. And I told you that about praying on my knees as well. That's really elevated my faith.
Serious?
Yeah. Because there's just something about because even this one, someone I was into this morning on my way here is about the holiness of God. And when God is so holy, I can't just come to him anyhow. Like he's some link. So yeah, I feel like reading the physical Bible definitely is different to like actually just hold the word in your hand and go through. And then obviously sometimes it's got like footnotes of other pages. It's just a lot easier to go back to that point. Like I feel like it's more intimate.
Is this Bible a Bible you've had for years?
Do you know what? I had one where I've had for years, but I think it's in the garage from when I had a house fire. So this one is from my church actually. So I'd always use it and I would take it home and then my pastor was like, you can have it. So
Is
it's
it one of
property
them
of
ones
my
that have
church.
a picture in front of it?
Of what?
A
picture?
At the front of it.
Picture of what?
Is it one of those Bibles that has a picture on the front of it?
A picture of what?
I don't know, like a lamb and
No, it's
shepherd or
not
something.
baby's Bible. It's not kid's Bible. It's proper Bible.
Does it just say Holy Bible at the front?
Yeah, literally, Holy Bible is black and it's like gold, the Holy Bible. They don't play around.
Does it have those abbreviated Bible chapters?
Oh, you mean the glossary? Is it glossary?
Bible book, sorry. No. You know at the, I don't know what it's called.
The front page?
No. You know when it is that you have the spine of a book?
Yeah.
And then you have the opposite side. Just the pages, but it's just pressed against each other.
Oh, the things that stick out of it?
Yeah, but with the book's names on it.
Oh, no, it doesn't. No. It's just like a...
So it's even difficult for you it's harder for you to find the book that you want.
Yeah.
You have to basically know where the books actually fall.
Yeah, but then you know like those random like Micah or some...
Are you good at that? I'm good at that.
Not the most random ones where it's like, I don't know. The ones you don't read often like that.
Yeah.
Like Habakkuk.
Yeah, Habakkuk.
That one does it come before Job or after Job?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I have to kind of breathe.
And how do you
have
pattern
to get
your
to front.
reading? Aye.
Morning. What did you say? I don't know.
How do you pattern your reading? Like,
so
you said you woke up this morning and you read the Bible.
Yeah.
Like, are you going through a sequence or something?
yes, at the moment I'm going through the Old Testament. So there was a year one time I've read the whole Bible, but I feel like my faith is different today to what it was back then. Then I read the New Testament. I think that was this year. And then so I'm going through the Old Testament now. And the Old Testament is so interesting. But I just finished, this one I actually finished 2 Kings.
Why are you going through the Old Testament?
Because I realized how the Old Testament is very, very important. I'm actually going to do a TikTok on this, but the Old Testament is very, very important.
For what?
For everything. Like, I feel like I wanted to understand, why did I start going through the Old Testament? So I know, obviously, when Jesus came and all that kind of stuff, but I wanted to understand, like, I just wanted to understand why it was Jesus was needed as much as he was needed, and then just know who God has always been. Like, we always say God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. But if I don't read the Old Testament, how am I going to know who was the same yesterday? I'm just saying words.
Have you found passages yet that heralds Jesus even from before, like it became like
Jesus?
No, before it came
Like before
trendy
became man.
to basically start talking about Jesus.
Have I been for? I don't think I've been. I haven't been for Isaiah yet. I feel like Isaiah is where he really shows up and shows out. But there are references here and there. I can't think of off the top of my head though. But it's been very interesting. And I saw my sister's name today. As my sisters, we've all got biblical names, and we're all named after prophetesses.
What's her name again?
Huldah. Yeah, and there was a prophetess that actually is in 2 Kings. I was like, here you are.
What was she famous
Just one verse. So, what was it? So King Josiah, he was a faithful king. Do you know them? Do you know? Yeah. God has patience. Anyway, so he was a faithful king. Before him was like, I think the other faithful king before him was like David. There's been hella kings in between.
Kings, yeah.
Just crazy, building temple, doing all sorts.
Yeah.
So he was a faithful king and all that kind of stuff. But then he wanted to restore some things in the temple that the previous king had messed up.
Yeah.
So then he told his runner boy to go and do that, blah, blah, blah. And then the priest there gave the runner guy, his servant, a covenant, like God's covenant. Yeah. So when he went back to Josiah and said, here's a covenant, he was shocked at how much rules Judah had broken.
Yeah.
So then he sent his servant to a prophetess. Basically, he said, all of you need to pray to God, like him, all priests, all of them, pray to God and let me know what God is saying. And basically, God said through the prophetess Huldah that he is going to destroy Jerusalem. Like, Jerusalem, you're done. Like, the grace done, basically. But he said that he would protect Josiah from seeing all of that because of his faithfulness, and he would live a peaceful and die a peaceful life.
Yeah.
So that was that.
What did you learn from Genesis? Because that's where you started.
What did I learn from Genesis? Any of us could have been Adam and Eve, man.
That is crazy.
Any of us could have been. I always thought, when I see Eve, obviously words and whatnot, but when I think about it, I feel like human beings, I think Genesis highlighted how flawed human beings are. Like, all the first sins are all up in that book. There's a lot there. That's why you got Abraham, Sarah, you got Jacob and Esau, you got all them people. Cain and Abel, that one's just killing people around the place. It's crazy.
All right.
It's very interesting, man.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
How was the land of the French?
How was your weekend, man?
Oh, it was all right still. Nothing too crazy. Best thing about it was the food. Went to that shop.
French food? What
No,
did you eat? Frog
African.
legs? Oh,
Do I look like type of person to eat snails and thing?
to be fair, Africans do. I don't eat it. I might try it my next trip.
What, this escargot?
See?
It's not worth it, man. What's the point?
It's not worth it.
What are you going to get out of eating snails?
I don't know. But it's like peppered and like seasoned.
It's slugs.
Well, I'm not eating it now.
Like, what do you... I don't
That's
get
actually
it.
so disgusting. I feel like I threw up a little bit in my mouth. That's so disgusting.
You people are nasty.
Oh my gosh. So snails are adult slugs.
Snails are slugs that live somewhere.
What? Live in a shell?
They have a home on their back.
With a shell?
Slugs are the homeless ones. It's the same thing, though.
They're
So
free
slugs are the homeless one.
It's a different...
wanderers.
Organic.
Travelers.
Not travellers.
Maybe a frog leg, though. That probably tastes like chicken or something.
But I hate that though.
What?
I hate when people eat exotic, like meat that's not normal, quote unquote normal, not your chicken, lamb, or beef. And then you ask them what it tastes like. If it tastes like chicken, it can't all taste like chicken. It can't.
They can resemble, you know what I'm saying?
I think people say that, man, because even like when we had the worms from
Sorry,
A Lovely
who?
Male, some of the people, if you ask them, they'll be like, it tastes like chicken. That
What
did not
worms?
taste like. Were you here? You were.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Yeah, well, I did. But
That's
I
not
bet
me
if I
had
asked,
the worms. I'll do that.
Brent and I
He
did. You had
he
some,
did.
didn't you?
He tried everything.
I never tried the worms.
Yeah, he tried everything.
No, I didn't.
He tried everything. And he's like,
Tasty.
Lies.
Yummy.
I don't eat grubs.
I even made a clip. I made a clip of it.
Yeah, you edited the great. I don't eat grubs. That
He
was.
said that's what's out there and that's what's true. Oh, dear.
So, question, like, why is an ox or a cow more palatable for you than a bloody frog?
Because it's normal.
We've gone into the water and we've grabbed fish. We've even grabbed octopus.
I don't
You
eat
know how
octopus.
squiggly and
I can't
ugly
eat. I don't eat
octopus are?
octopus or squid or calamari. Nope.
Shrimp you eat though.
Prawns.
Crustaceans.
That is worms.
Prawns. I eat gigantic prawns. And I eat lobsters. And
Again, that's
they're
an
big.
ugly thing.
They're like fish's cousins.
So you're looking at frog and like, "Ugh." Is it because it's slimy?
Yeah, man. I don't like slimy stuff. I'm very weird with textures. Even with prawns, I don't eat cooked prawns. It's got to be like fried. Get some batter around that. I can't eat, like, I'm very weird with soft textures and stuff.
There's a Nigerian dish that's kind of slimy. Do you eat it?
Oh, okra. Slaps.
There you go.
But that's vegetable egg.
But you mix it with meat, protein.
Yeah, listen, yeah. Prawns,
There you go.
beef, chicken. Goes off. I don't want to make that.
Stop this then, innit?
That's consume most animals, I think.
Yeah.
Apart from like insects and all that. Because it don't make sense.
I swear that in China they have like insects on a stick.
Yeah,
Talking
probably.
about his kebab. Don't be silly.
Insects are acquired taste in some like delicacies in
I
some.
feel like it
in
does
some
taste like
cultures.
nothing though. You
Scorpion
can't get.
and thing.
It's too small to get a taste out of it.
Fried scorpion. on a
You probably
stick.
just eating all that. What do scorpions eat? Probably you just eating all of that.
Same like shrimp.
Humans are actually disgusting. Shrimp don't eat.
Which they do.
I thought they should be like vegetarians, like
No.
You eat crab.
crab legs. I don't like the crab body.
And you go,
No.
So you can do the same with the scorpion.
No, I can't.
They're kind of like the crabs of the land.
No, I feel like they're like crab biscuits. Like
Would you eat
crab
snake?
crackers.
I'll try anything.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
People
saying,
like
if
you are
it is, I
dangerous.
was on that show.
Well, I'm a celebrity.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Yes, I would.
I never said you
Kangaroo
wouldn't. I'm
balls.
saying.
Yes, I would.
Yeah,
Kangaroo
that's you.
penis.
That's your story. It makes sense if it suits
Why are
you.
you quiet?
I'm the predator, bro.
That isn't.
That's wild.
I am the
David.
predator.
I eat kangaroo balls. I'm the predator. All right.
That's crazy,
That's,
That sounds like a
what you
threat.
want your story to be.
That's a threat.
I'm showing you what a survivor looks like, bro.
That's
You
that's
be
a
right with me,
threat,
man. I have a bunker, I got provisions, and I can kill. Don't worry about me, man. Good
think
afternoon.
I think it's just insects. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh,
sorry.
DCF Mook said, do I eat bushmeat? No.
What's bushmeat?
Bushmeat's like roadkill.
What? Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
Erogbe. That's what it's called.
Erigbe.
Fair, you know, fair.
All right, so you're saying if
I
you
eat bushmeat.
If you
be
you just said bushmeat is roadkill. So if you ran over a goat, you ain't gonna cook that up.
That's not roadkill. That's a goat.
You kill it by the
I
road.
feel like bushmeat's like unidentified animals. It's not a cow. How
It's
do you want to be a
it's just
cow?
rat, you mean?
It's a big rat mixed with a squirrel, mixed with
Maybe a rabbit.
something
Who, the
else. Yeah,
chipmunk, who
rabbit.
knows? And they really like spread them out on a stick. It's so inhumane.
They're just field mice.
Making me itch, man.
Massive field mice.
Anyway, ew.
I'd even try a cockroach.
Nah.
So you're just that's I don't that's not even gluttony. That's just
No, I wouldn't try it for nothing.
what do you mean? What could you possibly try it for?
It needs to be some.
nothing for
it
to
needs
try-
to be some sort of competition where it's a test.
What are you winning?
The test of your nerve.
So you're not even winning money or anything.
I just want everybody to believe that.
Not even a
I'm willing
TMB
to do-
investment. Just
I'm willing
because
to do whatever it takes to
a
win.
dare. They said I bet you can't eat the cockroach. Well, I bet I can.
Anybody that eats any form of insects can't be trusted, and you probably won't
Trusted
go to
to
heaven.
do what,
And you
though?
probably won't go to heaven.
Anything, live.
Just trusted by God,
You can't trust about to live. Like
and you probably
What?
won't. You probably won't go to heaven. Probably.
That makes no sense. I
I'm
mean,
just saying,
if you're
spiders-
in the
spiders and
forest, if you're in the forest and you have to get some protein, where you going?
you're not getting protein from a
Timon and
spider.
Pumbaa, man.
Graze,
You're
graze,
not
off,
getting
the, graze
protein
off the
from
land,
That's
Or you're
empty
just gonna eat
calories.
the berries.
berries and
But they're no
thing.
berries. They're just, and you need protein.
But you know that's not protein, right?
The
It
grubs,
can't be.
100% protein.
It can't be.
100% it is.
They're too like empty. when I had that worm, it was hollow. It was just like, I can't even explain it. It was like eating a tire.
Tell me something. If I take a piece of chicken
Yeah,
and I slice it really, really thin,
yeah,
I give it to you, is that protein?
barely,
But it's protein.
barely.
You just need to basically consume more.
You ain't getting 20 grams from that.
You can basically.
You're never getting
stack it.
0.001.
You can stack it. Yeah, man. I'll
Yeah,
do
man.
it.
Anyway, the point is to never be in a situation like that because I tell you, for one, I will die.
Would you quicker eat human flesh than bugs?
Nah.
Yeah,
Not unless you got that
definitely.
suya
You
seasoning.
see? Look at this. And that's the wildness. This is the wildness.
What did you say?
I said definitely.
I said if you got suya, if you make it into suya, I feel like some suya. Anyway, I'm not gonna say that.
You don't just talk things. Meat is meat. That's why I said most livestock I'd eat. You get me? Most mammals. If I put them in my
Most
Dutch pot,
livestock.
if I put them in my Dutch pot, I know they'll taste nice. So you can say what you want. Give me a human fire, I'll whip it up. You wouldn't know the difference. You'll consume it. You'll love it.
Same with slugs.
No, because there's not. It's just insect. No, just no. There's no point in eating insects. I told you, your admission to heaven will be refused.
Yeah, man.
God
That's like
God didn't make those things.
Cannibalism, you're good.
Is allowed.
You're good to go.
Huh?
But cannibalism, you're good to go. You know, it
Uh-huh.
says in the Bible that you should not be
I was
consuming.
gonna say, do you feel like if you're
Yeah,
not,
it says better animals. It says you shouldn't consume as well.
No, the Bible
There's
says.
better animals that you shouldn't consume that you consume.
What are you talking about?
It says you shouldn't consume animals with hoofs and things. It tells you that. And you,
yeah, but that was the
In the
Old
Old
Testament.
Testament.
you just spoke. You just said how important the Old Testament was.
Yeah, and Jesus came and said I can eat pigs.
He did not.
And he's the law.
Dude, Jesus said I've got grace.
They said
See all the
definitely told you
bacon I
not to eat
want.
pigs. The pig can't even look up into the sky.
Mm.
They definitely told you not to eat pigs.
he just said pigs can't even glorify God. So how can it be holy to eat?
How dare you
That's what
eat
they
them?
said. Jesus, I beg you to stop pretending like you read your books.
Wait,
and then,
wait. How did you pull that from your brain?
I beg you to stop pretending
Wait,
like you
please,
read the
I'm
scriptures.
curious.
They-
No stuff.
This Tuesday morning, after had a
Imagine.
wild weekend, how did you pull from your brain that pigs can't look up to the sky? That's why they're not holy.
In the next
That's what it says in the
situation.
book.
And the thing is, do you eat pork?
Yeah, of course.
So what?
What's this for?
What's
this
the
about?
restriction?
I'm talking about you. You don't live by those standards. I don't give a shit.
I don't. That's why I'm here eating all the bacons. Beef and pork. Like, if the spirit leads, if I'm craving, I'm gonna eat it.
I don't know where you got this from. To be
That's so
honest.
funny though.
Is that true though?
Pigs can't look up in the sky.
Like why? Because they are thick
It's because their
necks?
neck.
That's the way they say it.
But if they
They're unholy creatures.
like that,
If they roll in the mud, innit? If they roll in
I
the
mean,
mud,
I did think that if you put them upside down, they could.
yeah, especially if it is that they're walking up into
hill.
the death pit.
So after they came back in the New Testament, what did they tell you could eat? After, because remember, you
Everything.
can't. They said
So you
everything.
can eat anything.
Everything is on the plate.
Yeah.
So
Obviously, I don't think human beings, but anything.
You sure that weren't King James or something because he was hungry?
No. No, you actually can. But it does say that if you still feel guilty by it, though, if you feel convicted not to eat it, then don't eat it.
There's a passage.
don't judge
man.
with that
Brent,
either.
Google what animals this Bible says you can't eat. There's
Yeah, well, we
various-
know.
I'm aware.
Wait, that was in the
Oh, you
Old
just don't
Testament.
care, you're
Illustrations
saying?
and that
You
things,
just
yeah.
don't care.
No,
It's Old
I've
Testament.
Jesus came and he basically said, "I am the law now."
Yeah, the law of
Everything
Moses
you can
done.
learn.
I don't know why you're doing all this when you eat pork anyway. I thought you were on the other side of cleanliness. You're just like us. You roll in the dirt like just like us. What a mess. How are you, Manuel?
Yeah, I'm right, man. Thank God.
Good
You know
stuff.
what I mean?
Good,
Can't
good,
complain.
good.
How you guys doing?
All right, oh. We do.
Good. That's why
Yeah.
people are talking about food and whatnot.
Yeah.
You should definitely stay away from the pork though.
I don't eat all the time, to be fair. Like the other day, I went to the calf, and I had bacon. I get my bacon well done, so it makes me feel like it's beef. Like this is the kind of mind games I play. Like I don't go to restaurants as well where like they have pictures of the animals on the menu and stuff. It tends to be Mexican restaurant. I just think it's not needed. I know I can spell chicken. I know this is the chicken section. I don't need to see a hen next to it because that will put me off. Like I'm very weird about if I get my bacon well done, technically it's beef.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I hear you.
So, and I get beef sausages, to be fair.
Do you eat pork belly?
No, that's just too far.
What's the difference though?
Delicious.
What's pork belly like?
I don't know, but man, something about eating someone's belly just ain't it.
I wouldn't order that.
It just looks too. I feel like certain meats sound fatty, and I'm just like, there's no need for this. I don't eat goats either, to be fair.
Oh, is it?
Except when on occasion when I crave pepper soup,
Okay.
and people only make Nigerian pepper soup with goat meat. So annoying. But other than that, I don't eat asun either. That's goats. I'm more of a suya girl. Beef and chicken only. I can count how many times I've eaten lamb in my life. It's less than 5. I think it's actually 2 or 3.
You haven't lived.
Yeah, that's about it, man.
But lamb's, I always get the impression that lamb's healthier.
Lamb's probably the best red meat.
Yeah.
They say that, but
I don't know about health
They
wise,
say
just
also-
taste wise.
they also tell you to drink a glass of red wine is good for your heart. And they tell you you're an alcoholic. So, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Depends what you want to believe. But,
What's gammon?
pork.
Yeah,
Is
but
that
what is
pork?
it? Like what part?
Mm.
Oh.
I'm eating that shit.
Yes, probably. You know, I used to eat. I like chuffy. Is it chuffy?
Oh yeah. Turkey
When I was
tail.
turkey bum.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was chicken the whole time. So you should have never told. I haven't eaten it since.
So if it was chicken bum, it'd be better with it.
No, it is. Chicken.
Stay
It is
away
turkey
from
bum.
it.
But I thought it was just chicken.
Yeah, chicken bum. Then.
No, I didn't. There was no bum involved when I was eating it. I didn't think it was bum in any way. Then randomly, I was told it's turkey bum, and I said, ugh. I don't even eat turkeys. Turkeys intimidate me. Why is the wing so big?
Yeah, they're huge. Huge.
That's one wing.
What's the other bird that Margs was talking about last Christmas?
Capon.
That's the one.
Who?
Capon.
Never heard of that bird.
I don't know. It's a
It's a big chicken.
big turkey. Oh, big chicken.
It's not
Nah.
turkey, it's a chicken.
It's chicken.
So how big is it?
It's like a
compared to
rooster.
turkey.
Probably the same size.
What kind of bird is that?
Big.
Is it a rooster?
No.
It's a capon.
What the heck? I don't eat the
I don't
baby
know what it
chickens
looks like
either.
alive though.
Oh, is it?
You want to see what
Man,
it
is
looks
it,
like
is
alive?
it GMO?
Is this it? That's a rooster.
Oh, it's a rooster then. Is that what it is?
That's fucking legged, man.
Is that what's that size in there? It's bigger than a rooster. Look, capon's
That's the
huge.
chicken. So what one do I eat then? I was probably eating chicken.
Pussing.
I don't eat that pussy. No. Pussy. No, thank you. Hell no. That makes me feel. I feel like I'm eating a baby.
I'm not even gonna lie though, they are tender though, they're little baby chickens.
Nah, man. It's
Baby
making
chicken
me
is-
itch. Nah, man. Impossible. It makes me so uncomfortable.
Nah,
I
baby
don't eat big birds or little birds.
No, baby chicken is lang.
I just think it's just so inhumane that it's just out of order. Didn't even get a chance to live. And that's on my plate.
It's better than I think it's like Malaysia, one of them countries over there, where they basically eat a half cooked egg.
Fermented egg.
Yeah, it might be
That's like,
something
it's
like
like
that.
it's like it's been fermented, but it's dead. But it's like it's got like a bit of chicken
Yeah,
in it.
that's
like,
the one. Yeah, it's got some wing.
Not fermented. Is that what's the word? Is that fermented?
Got
Not
some
fermented.
wing.
What's the word I'm looking for?
No, fertilized.
There you go.
That's
I want
it,
to
yeah.
throw up.
It's been fertilized.
Like
So
it's
it's
growing. Like it's
so it's like
growing.
half a chicken.
Yeah, it just hasn't fully formed. If you're lucky, you might get a beak.
If you're lucky,
Just there.
that's the kind of thing that makes me vegetarian for the rest of my life.
It's just yeah.
That's
And it's a
that's
delicacy
not it.
on the roadside. It's like street food. Yeah, just get it, crack it open, you see a beak in there. It's not a beak, a bird. What's
A
that,
wing.
And yeah, man. Yeah.
Ew.
I think most people eat anything. Like across the board, if you go
I think
through
that's
different
dangerous.
cultures, I don't think there's nothing that's off the table.
For me personally, I think that's a red flag.
It's because we're animals.
If I meet someone, not me. If I eat someone that says I eat anything, I think you're a walking red flag. I can't
No,
trust
I don't
you.
think one person.
You
but
have
I'm saying
nothing
that
to
across
lose.
the cultures,
But if people like that,
There's
Brent is like
nothing-
that. Brent said
there's-
he'll eat anything.
yeah, Brentwood.
I can't.
I don't know if I could do the embryo stuff.
I
That's
reckon you
so
could.
disgusting, you know.
You love kangaroo balls. I think you do it.
You're finished?
Go shout. You're moving a bit like Drake at the moment.
Have you heard that news?
What, that he's suing Kendrick?
That's crazy.
We got chop up. We got chop up. I got my own theories on that.
Okay,
My
interesting.
own thoughts. I was actually waiting till Ramsey came in.
I know.
Let's
one
wait
of
till
my
tomorrow, man.
But I'm not here tomorrow.
Ah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know what Ramsey thinks of that mid pack.
I'll give you the news about it, and then you guys can talk about it
Kendrick
tomorrow.
news,
Oh, okay.
Have you heard it?
Heard
Kendrick's
what?
new album.
Nah, man, let me see. Let me see. If I was in tomorrow, I would have had to listen because of Ramsey, and I respect Ramsey, but I just don't need to stop my ears at the moment.
Did you not love it?
I haven't heard it yet, you know.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna reserve my thoughts until tomorrow.
Please know that's what Brent told me when I asked him on Saturday. So please know I could have listened to it between Saturday and today. But based on what he told me, I said, well, Okay. Yeah, I think I'll talk about what he's allegedly going to be suing for, and then you guys can give Ramsey your you guys can actually have a proper conversation about it tomorrow. But yeah, man. Anyways, I can't really. Sorry, that whole Malaysian thing is really throwing me off. It's one place I wanted to go to, but that's crazy. Anyway,
Malaysia.
yeah, I want to go to Malaysia.
Yeah, but just because you don't have to eat the insects just because you go
Yeah,
there.
but do you know what? It's everything insects. It's not. I wish it was insects. I'll take the insects over the half cooked,
Egg.
half produced
How
chickens.
come we don't compare and contrast before we say on a delicacy?
I know.
Because
Go on.
Go on.
we will fully, like, look at a bumhole.
Who's we? We is French. I told you I'm against that too.
Is it because, like, what's running through your body changes your desire?
No, it's because you are being stupid. Because as much as you want to tell people that they eat pussy or eat arse, whatever, no one actually consumes it. That's cannibalism. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's a crazy. It's a false equivalency. People say, how can you say you don't eat pork but you eat pom pom? Who's ever ate pom pom?
Even that, to be fair, I feel like the language around that should be changed.
Okay, so instead, to make it equivalent,
Go on.
I must say I will lick embryo.
Ew.
Is that what you're
what?
saying? Because that might be
Worse.
That might be worse.
I think that's the most
100%.
disgusting thing.
That's the quickly. Do you understand?
I think
That's good. Quickly.
it gives Jeffrey
There's no
Dahmer.
serenading because
That's-
sometimes it's taken with the bum hole. You understand?
I understand.
You're so immature.
I'm against all meats. At this point. Fair. This is where I'm standing. This is my seat today. That's my point.
Sphincter.
Plant-based.
Yeah. Sure.
All right,
Sure.
let's get into the headlines. Obviously, I've gone into Wednesday.
All right, people, our first headline. So this is continuation of yesterday, and Sir Keir Starmer has ruled out an early general election after a petition calling for a second vote reached 2 million signatures. So the petition was launched over the weekend.
I was just laughing at the thing I seen under pressure this morning.
The petition was launched over the weekend and says that there should be another vote just 4 months after Labour won a landslide because they have gone back on their promises that they laid out in the lead up to the last elections. That's the reason for it. By Monday mid-morning, it had reached 2 million signatures and was climbing fast. But the Prime Minister said he would not be calling another election. However, he said he was not surprised that those who did not want to support Labour wanted a second vote. So he was speaking on ITV's Good Morning Britain. And he said, look, I remind myself that very many people didn't vote for Labour at the last election. I'm not surprised that many of them want a rerun. That isn't how our system works. There will be plenty of people who didn't want us in the first place. So what my focus is on the decisions that I have to make every day. So, like I said, guys, we ain't going to get no rerun in the general election.
Yeah, because first of all, people were asking people in America and whatnot. Don't be silly, man. You have got enough on your plate.
Yeah, it never happened.
It was never going to happen. It made no sense.
It's not even fair, to be fair.
I don't think it's fair, man.
Yeah.
Give him like at least 6. Everyone has at least, 3 months probation? They haven't hit theirs yet.
Yeah, they need some years, to be fair. Even if I don't like their policies and stuff. Give them a
Exactly.
try.
They know they tried it. They made a mess of things. Them next. Do you know what I mean?
Our next headline, and a 43-year-old man has been charged with a bomb hoax after the US Embassy was locked down over reports of a suspicious package last week. Daniel Parmenter of Kildare Terrace, West London, has been charged with making a bomb hoax threat after the incident on Friday morning. The embassy was immediately locked down as armed police carried out a controlled explosion of the item within a cordoned area, said to have caused a loud bang. Parmenter was arrested on Sunday, the 24th of November, after a search of his home address, and he appeared at Ealing Magistrates Court yesterday, Monday, 25th of November. He was remanded in custody to appear at the Old Bailey on Monday, the 23rd of December, and there are no current links between this investigation and any similar incidents of reported suspicious packages in recent days. And our last headline, big trigger warning on this one, man. Sad news. A 22-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder after a double shooting into a car which left the 8-year-old and her father with serious injuries. They were both taken to hospital following the shooting in Ladbroke Grove at about 17:30 GMT on Sunday and remain in serious but stable condition. Both victims sustained serious gunshot injuries. This is what the force said. And the girl is currently in surgery while her father, 34 years old, has potentially life-changing injuries. Her 2 young siblings and their mother, 32, were also in the car, but thankfully they were unharmed. Superintendent Owen Rinalden said that I would like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the public who came to the aid of those who were injured last night. He also added that the investigation is progressing at pace and he wanted to hear from anyone with information about what happened, no matter how insignificant. An eyewitness who was visiting her mother in the area said that she saw a man shooting multiple times during the incident. She came out and said, I was literally coming out of the exit to my mum's block of flats, and as I was going out, I saw a guy shooting into a car multiple times. And that's it for the headlines, guys.
All right, let's get into what you're saying, topic of the day.
All right, people. Topic of the day. So this one, let me get the title and all that. Today's topic of the day is basically about the discussion between women's safeties and trans rights, and basically what happens when we strive for equality. Can sometimes we cause more harm, even though we have the intention of trying to do good? And this is based off a new article that came out, I believe it was on the weekend, on Friday or so, on the 22nd, I believe it was. And basically the British Transport Police is facing legal action. Why? Because there's new guidance that allows trans officers to strip search women. So that's basically where we're going to start. I'm going to read some of the article.
One more time.
So BTP, the British Transport Police, they're facing legal action over new guidance that allows for trans officers to strip search women. So they're biologically men, but they've transitioned to women, and they're allowing them to strip search women.
But I swear non-trans men strip search women anyway.
I think they.
That schoolgirl, she wasn't strip searched by just women.
No, but that was wrong though.
It was wrong, but there was men there.
Yeah, but I think there was a woman there as well.
But then is there a law that only men can strip search men and women strip search women?
I don't know if it's as strict as that. I don't think it's as strict as that. But we're gonna find out.
Okay.
But basically, all of this has happened because prior to this year, it wasn't allowed. They were only allowed to do jackets and overgarments and stuff like that. So obviously, this has now progressed, and people are upset. So I'll read some of the article anyway. So women's rights campaigners have written to the Chief Constable Lucy Dorsey, calling for the advice to be removed. Calling for the advice to be removed on the basis that it breaches human rights. So they say that they're willing to try to bring a judicial review of the guidance. So the Telegraph, they spoke about it. Pretty much every newspaper spoke about this, right? But I'm reading from Telegraph, and the guidance allows male staff identifying as females to intimately search women so long as they have a gender recognition certificate. So that GRC certificate, that's the same thing that they were basically saying. Remember in Scotland when we were talking about Nicola Sturgeon? Oh yeah. They should basically say that's a requirement for basically for Scotland to have to say, okay, cool, this person is now a woman or this person is now a man, sort of thing. So there was backlash. People obviously felt some type of way. The guidance says that officers can search people of the same sex as either their birth certificate or GRC in BTP jurisdiction. And Maya Forstater, who's the chief executive of the human rights charity Sex Matters, so they've been out there, they've been active. She penned a letter saying that the guidance was state-sponsored sex discrimination and sexual abuse. So strong language there. We'll get into it, but I want to ask you guys, what's you guys' thoughts on this? Do you feel like it's something that should even be discussed?
Let me just read what is currently in place. In most jurisdictions, including the UK, male officers are genuinely not allowed to strip search women except under specific rare circumstances. Here's a detailed explanation. Under the Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984 and associated codes of practice in the UK, same-sex requirement, number one, strip searches must be conducted by an officer of the same sex as the person being searched. For women, this means a female officer must carry out strip search. Number two is exceptions. If there are no officers of the same sex available and the search is urgent, e.g. to prevent harm or destruction of evidence, a male officer may conduct the search, but this is extremely rare. The decision must be justified, documented, and reviewed. And number three, presence of other officers. A second officer, typically of the same sex, must be present during the strip search to ensure accountability. and privacy and dignity. The search must be conducted in private and out of view of others. Officers must take every measure to respect the individual's dignity.
Yeah, fair.
And basically to jump on that is this same lady, Maya Forstater. She said its guidance breaches the Human Rights Act, the Equality Act, and the PACE, right, which is the law that requires strip searches to only be carried out by someone of the same sex, basically what Brent just said. So abuse of position for sexual purposes is the largest area of corruption that the IOPC, the Independent Office of Police Complaints, deals with, and too many officers have been found guilty of sexual offences. The police say that the lessons have been learned and then adopt a policy of institutionalised sexual harassment and abuse of women. Not only are women more likely to feel humiliated and vulnerable when naked, but men are responsible for 98% of sex crimes. It is well attested in the medical literature that for men, cross-dressing is a sexual fetish. So no woman should be degraded by being made to strip and bend over in front of a man. That is even more important when the man may be manifesting a sexual paraphilia. This is very strong language.
Very.
But yeah, what's your you guys' opinions just hearing on the surface? And firstly, just a disclaimer to everybody out there. This is just a discussion. TDA, nobody in the room condones attacking people of any community. You know what I'm saying? We're just having a discussion about this new law that will affect everybody. You know what I'm saying? Since this is the new guidance.
I can see why there's like outrage about it. I think for women who are in that vulnerable situation, even though, yes, this is a woman now, it can still be triggering, knowing that this person was once a man. And yeah, so I can see why there's outrage.
Especially if, I guess, they still look like they've still got...
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be strip searched by a trans woman.
Yeah.
It just feels a bit too... Like, I get that you might be different and all that kind of stuff, but psychologically, it's just not my story, man.
I hear it.
Yeah, so.
But Margs, what's your thoughts?
Would you mind being strip searched by a trans man?
By what?
A trans man.
What do you mean?
A woman who's a biologically
A
woman.
woman, but she's not a man.
Yeah.
Girl can strip search me if they want. I don't care.
No, she's not girl. It's guy.
It's not.
Was girl. Okay, yeah, well, yeah,
Biologically,
never mind, sorry.
yes.
Sorry,
I'm
but you
reading
know,
something at the same time.
a girl can strip search me anytime they want. So I wouldn't. If it's different for me, innit? Because I'm not really bothered by those things. If that makes sense. Because if a woman wants to strip search me, I wouldn't really care. So I've got a different attitude towards it. But I just think it's really open and shut. But I mean, I think women should have the loudest voices on this. I think a lot of the stuff that's going on, the women always support. Women always support it, and then it gets weaponized and thrown in their face. So I think they should be the ones that have to say about it as well, because I see that probably women support trans rights and stuff like that more than anybody, but then it's always women that's getting affected because it's women's spaces that's getting taken up, or women's sports that's getting taken up by men and stuff like that. So I think it's an open and shut case. I think it should be painfully obvious that they shouldn't be allowed to strip search women. But you know, I ain't got a horse in the race, man. I don't know.
Do you feel like it should make a difference though if the person has changed their legal gender? So you've got your GRC, your gender recognition certificate. You're now confirmed.
Yeah.
I'm a woman now, or I'm a man now.
Not if these are just forcing something. Not if the person being strip searched doesn't agree. That doesn't agree with it.
Like that.
You know what I'm trying to say? It doesn't matter what card you got. Okay, great, you got a card. Like,
So those cards are funny.
huh?
I think the concept of the cards is
Everybody's got a card. You got a library card, and who cares? Like,
library card.
okay, you got a card. If I don't want to be strip searched by a man. I don't care what your card says. What the fuck's it got to do with me? Kind of thing. So I just think it depends on the individual. I mean, there's going to be a lot of women out there that will say, "Oh no, it's fine. They can do it." You know what I'm saying?
But to be fair though, I feel like a lot of women are against it though. A lot of women are speaking out against, not necessarily trans rights as a whole, but they just feel like the rights of women are being eroded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because why should, for example, I said this in the show before, like why should they go into a place that should be safe, i.e. a toilet, and see somebody who has just recently transitioned, for example, they'll feel like, wait, this is just a man. Respectfully, they'll just feel like it's a man who's cross-dressing. And this is exactly what the lady, Maya Forstater, says in, who's the CEO of, the chief executive of Sex Matters, that you can't always tell.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like she's trying to be harsh.
Well, you can't though sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when we know that cross-dressing is a sexual fetish. And yeah, you remember when, what's his name? I don't even know why I'm even bringing this up. But remember what's his name? De La Hoya. Got caught with pictures of him wearing women's clothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's something that's in society, you know what I'm saying? And so you can't always tell. But if there was a system in place though, where people have, you know, who are fully committed to it, this is what they are going forward, and the rest of society is moving in that direction, why should it stop here though? You know what I'm saying? If, for example, we're campaigning for transgender people to be able to compete in sports with other women and it's never men, you know what I'm saying? It's never a woman who's biologically a woman trying to compete with other men. But in the other direction, if we're allowing for those things, if we're allowing for the narratives to maybe be implemented in schools gradually with time, why should it stop here? You know what I'm saying? Isn't that us being consistent? Society being consistent?
It's not society though. It's just people with a small section of people with control and loud voices making those decisions. If you put it to the vote, the majority of people will tell you not to do that. If you put it to the vote whether biological man should be able to jump in a boxing ring with a woman, the overwhelming majority is going to say no. It's the minority of people with loud voices and power that get to make these decisions and are doing these things and implementing these things on people. If you ask most people, like, yeah, I reckon so.
I think also as well, like something like strip searching, that's such an intimate thing.
Yeah.
And I just don't think, like, I feel like it's different to like the sports situations and all those other conversations. It's such an intimate thing. I don't want you feeling me up. Like, no. Yeah, I get the reason for the apprehension. I definitely will be. I wouldn't want to be searched by a once man.
Makes sense. Well, let me read out something from Chris Philp. So he was the then policing minister. And he said that transgender officers should be stopped from conducting strip searches on suspects of the opposite sex unless they have changed their legal gender, right? And obviously Sex Matters, this is the charity that we spoke about earlier, they penned a letter before the claim, also known as a letter before action. Sorry, they penned a letter before claim, which is also known as a letter before action. Basically as opposition mounted on this particular policy. But Kathy Larkman, who's a retired police superintendent and a national policing lead for WRN, which is a Women Rights Network. So it's, again, police superintendent, she's retired, yeah, but she said the letter before action to the BTP by Sex Matters is a significant development in this sorry tale of police forces putting ideology and unjustifiable self-interest of very few individuals before the dignity, privacy and safety of women.
Also, yeah, what's the stats of like trans women in the police force? I'm sure you got more women, more biological women than you do trans women. So
Far more.
Yeah, exactly. So just assign them to do the street search.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because this is basically what I guess I saw someone from the trans community talking about that, basically saying, why are we even talking about this? It's a distraction, because really, how many trans police officers are there? So are we just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, there really in certain areas there's none. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we really just trying to make society feel some type of way about trans people?
Yeah. Because
the issues won't come up. Well, 99.8% of the time, it's not going to come up.
I think it is. I think it's just people kind of masking their transphobia, or whatever they feel, into that conversation. Like making it seem as though like in every borough, there's at least like 100 trans women. It's probably hardly any. Hardly got black ones. You're going to have that many trans women. So, yeah, It's one of those things unlikely to happen. But it's one of those things also that if it happens just once, the whole country will hear about it. And then we'll be in a situation. So it's still something that we have to talk about and nip in the bud. You know what I'm saying? But then until like it's something that's sorted and there can be a consensus, then don't have trans women or trans men searching people.
But
searching the gender they're from or they're now of.
But what law really asks our opinion? You know what I'm saying? You just put them in place and you ask us to do it. what I'm saying? So, yeah. Again, this same lady, Kathy Larkman, she said, men are not women and women cannot become women. Sorry, men are not women and men cannot be women.
Well,
That
that's not the
applies.
question they asked you.
She said that applies to police officers too. A vulnerable woman being strip searched is presented with a man in front of her, regardless of whatever £5 official piece of paper he holds. Can you imagine? This is a former police officer, right? Strip searching by its very nature can be degrading and embarrassing for the women being searched and for the policewomen doing the searching. When the state allows men to strip women and touch them, then that, in my view, is a state-sanctioned sexual assault. It beggars belief that police leaders view this as a carrot to dangle to get more trans-identified men into the service. So maybe that's the agenda. For those people...
Trans-identified men.
Yeah.
There were women and now they're men.
Mm-hmm.
Are they running low on policemen?
No, but you know when obviously you want to get a representation in every area of life. So you want to maybe let them know that they're welcome here. And there isn't certain parts of this job that you're banned from.
Anyone who's trans and police officer, yeah, you got my utmost respect.
There you go.
Because then people are hard on, from what I've heard, allegedly, child, and that's police worldwide. They're hard on the gays. They're hard on the blacks.
Mm-hmm.
They're hard on the women. Any social group, any sub-social group, they're hard on them.
Mm.
So that must be tough. That must be something.
Isn't there something to be said about allowing more representation? So, for example, in the same situation, a transgender people to be in the force and allowing them to do these things so that the public can see that the thing you're scared about isn't really a thing.
I think what makes it difficult, though, is just because of the way male policemen move. Do you get what I mean? It's just, like, even that, I would never forget, is it Sarah Everard?
Yes.
That was jogging in the park.
Yeah, by, what's his name? Wayne Cousins.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's not the first one. Like, every year there's reports. The reports that's published about sexual assault within the police force is crazy. Even within, within staff within the police force against women. So, unfortunately, I feel like unfortunately though, certain things I feel like in this life you just have to kind of, the people before you have kind of I've kind of dictated how unfortunately things will be for you. So trans men, trans women, trans women. Unfortunately, you have to just understand that a lot of women have been made to feel uncomfortable and been sexually assaulted. So you just have to, unfortunately, you have to take that L. Representation matters. Be represented in the place, but you have to be able to understand and empathize with people's concerns.
Yeah.
Based on how society moves when it comes to SA against women. Like, come on, man.
But then how do we transition, lack of a better word, how do we transition into that new society?
But that's the thing though, it's a male problem though. Like it's not just trans women situation, it's men. It's a men attitude situation that needs to be tackled. And so when that is tackled in society as a whole, then we can usher in the trans women as well.
Okay.
And they can benefit from it. But unfortunately, they have to, same way you benefit from the goodness of a society, unfortunately, sometimes, well, you have to suffer for the consequence of people that were before you that have done things. But it's not a thing of, I don't feel like this is a trans uncomfortability thing. It's a men thing. And so even though you are a woman now, for some people, you will still represent the other side that they felt uncomfortable with or they felt assaulted by or whatever the case might be. It's not a personal thing.
So essentially, you're saying even though we may move to that area of society, in the things where there's less risk, let's get used to trans women in those areas before you start moving to a situation like this where it becomes intimate, where people are vulnerable and can be exploited.
No, but the thing is though, I don't even think it will be an issue if the thing is male police officers could have been trusted to strip search women in the first place. This wouldn't be a conversation. It wouldn't be a conversation because there's nothing to suggest danger. But because there's a hella stuff to suggest danger from men anyway, unfortunately, it just makes it difficult for them. So I don't know if society is ever going to get to that point where trans women can comfortably, or there wouldn't be any uproar, any concerned with trans women strip searching women because of the society we live in. Women are scared of men.
Yeah.
So yes, you're a woman now. However, though, innately, I just don't trust you.
Yeah.
And I don't know you personally to trust you either. That's different. Do you know what I mean? If it was like, say someone happened to be arrested or whatever, and they want to be strip searched, but the person that's going to strip search me is my neighbor who's a trans woman who I've been knowing for years and I feel comfortable around. I'm sure there will be no issue with that. But you're a stranger, and people don't even want yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, sad.
Makes sense. I want to ask you guys, yeah. What do you call it? Do you feel like certain things are being forced on us, like policing aside? The reason why I'm saying that is because did you guys hear about the woman? Not too sure if she's a young girl or whatever, a teenager or something. But basically, there was a women's football in it, and there was a trans player on the other side, and one of the girls on the other side basically asked, "Oh, are you a man?" And they banned her. They told her to get off the pitch, man.
Why?
Because basically they saw it as her maybe being rude and being.
Did you look like a man?
I think so, yeah. That's why she asked, isn't it?
Is it non-league?
Yeah, it's not like professional like thingy.
I've seen that player on Twitter. I think so. There's a trans man. Or I don't know how it works.
Yeah,
but
I don't know how it works.
He's playing the football and he's cooking up the garden. But people are horrible though, because if you go in like in the comments and that they just always just lead on to him like that. I don't know, like I don't know how trans rights work, because I just think like gay rights, like human rights, like it's just like what are you thinking for? Like everybody should have human rights. No one should be persecuted. No one should be thinking. So what is trans rights for to stop that, or is it to be? Or are they fighting to have to force people to see them as whatever they want them to be? I don't understand.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it's
because
that's what
I'm saying like
is.
all this kind of stuff, like it's common sense. It's human rights. Like if no one shouldn't be bothering anybody. No one shouldn't be persecuting anybody or discriminating against anybody for their sex, for their race, or for anything. You just should be able to do whatever the hell you want to do and be whatever you want to be. That's totally fine. But
that's
when you're coming now and telling me that I have to accept whatever that doesn't make sense, and that's not me that's not me. If I don't agree with it or I don't accept it, how's that? That's not no discrimination or nothing like that. That's just common sense. This is just 1 + 1 = 2. It's just normal. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so it's like I don't understand you trying to vilify man because man don't want to accept that. I don't agree that you can change your sex.
But each person's rights that you're saying should just be standard. It shouldn't erode anybody else's.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the theme of the conversation here.
What, that
the women's rights are being eroded. The OG women's rights are being eroded.
Yeah, I know. I get that. I'm not thinking about that. But I'm just trying to say that even when, like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, what man's fighting for? Because man's talking about trans rights, but I'm saying it should be a given. Like gay rights, like human rights, like everybody's got them for, innit? So, is it equality that they're fighting for? Is that what it represents, or is it about being accepted as what you want to identify as? I'm just trying to clarify, if that makes sense.
I think the whole human rights thing, you're 100% right about that. But I think it is more than that. I think it's more so like in the same way I'm a man, the way I'm treated as a man, treat a trans man as a man. In the same way S is treated as a woman, treat a trans woman as a woman. That's basically what it is. So the rights of a woman I want, the rights of a man I need. You know what I'm saying? That sort of thing. So yes, human rights, I have the right to exist and all that sort of stuff, freedom of speech, just like everybody else. But in terms of the rights of everybody in my gender is afforded, I want the same sort of thing. You know what I mean?
And that's where that's where it gets tricky for some people.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't be hated on. You shouldn't be abused or anything like that. But then people then feel that it infringes on their rights.
True indeed.
Is there someone on Discord?
Yes.
Good morning. Who is it?
Oh yeah, it's Black Rob. I thought so. That's good. Morning, guys.
Good morning.
I kind of want to. This discussion kind of feeds into the one that I was having with Stacey the other day, where I think I got a bit of pushback when I said, "Oh, do you know? Because we were talking about the whole euthanasia stuff, and then I think I spoke about how I said about how sometimes we use the whole argument of if I don't get choice to do something, then you're infringing on my rights. But that's not. Sometimes not being allowed to do something is not an infringement of your rights, because and I used the example of I used the example of how in Colombia there was there was never a law in place to stop people from marrying children, and they've just got a law in place now that you can't marry children, and you could use the same argument about this is a right I had before that I no longer had, and because I no longer have that right, you're infringing on my rights or whatever. I don't know. It's a because of the subject matter. People are like, it doesn't make sense, but it does, because if you can use that for that, then you can use that for other things. And I think with the trans stuff, it's just a matter of you can't play a middle ground with this topic. It's either you believe the trans man. Wait, is it trans? Yeah. See, you believe the trans man is a. You have to treat if you want a trans man to be treated as a woman, then you have to treat them as a woman in all facets of life. And then if you are treating them as a woman, then they should be allowed to stop and search women, because you can't just give it lip service. If you're calling a trans woman, is it trans woman? I don't even. If you call a trans woman, if you acknowledge them legally as a woman, then they should get all the same rights as a woman.
Yeah.
Or they should get none of them. You can't. If we're doing this middle ground bit, that means you're giving them lip service, but you don't really believe they're a woman. And if you don't really believe they're a woman, then why are you giving them some of the rights but not all of them?
So basically, the trans community, they have a right to basically campaign for this. And also, do you feel like the British Transport Police are basically, I don't know, on the right side of history in that, like you said, we're giving rights to trans people in other areas of life. So it's about time we implement this in the police force.
I think everyone that's pro-trans is on the wrong side of history, and I think we do. I think what happens is that we become society is really become really empathetic, but to a point where it's actually become counterproductive. So I actually understand people that are pro-trans that I know in my life aren't pro-trans because of any logical reason. They're pro-trans because of an emotional reason, which I get, because that they're quite like, they don't want the argument to be pro-trans a lot of times is that you don't want someone to feel bad about their situation, and you can empathize with them. So a lot of sometimes the people that are super empathetic are the ones that are pro-trans, but to a point where they don't want to access any of the logical arguments. They just want to go, these people feel bad about their situation, and I don't want to feel bad, and I empathize with it's like a lot of the empaths. They're like, I empathize with their situation, so I want them not to feel bad. So
what do you have to do to be pro-trans?
Huh?
What do you have to do to be pro-trans?
I think it's typically sometimes, as I said, it's the super empathetic. Like, everyone's got empathy, everyone's got logic.
But I think you got the right to do whatever you want and dress however you want and clear yourself however you want, and you shouldn't be persecuted for it or discriminated against for it. And if you want to walk around and call yourself a gal, that's your business. Am I pro-trans?
Yes.
But
I also don't believe you can change your sex.
He said you're on the wrong side of history, bro.
That's cool. I don't care. I'm asking a question.
No,
I believe all those things. I believe they shouldn't be persecuted. They shouldn't be fined. They should do what they want. I also believe just because you say you're a woman doesn't make you a woman. Am I pro-trans
so
or is that
anti-pro-trans? I don't think you're pro-trans.
I would say pro-trans.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
chicken.
If someone wants to cross-dress, that's fine. If someone wants to do this, sorry,
keep
go
on.
on. What are you saying?
You're a Malaysian chicken.
because
So go on. I do want to.
I would say you're pro-trans because I think what people conflate
So
is
interesting.
it's okay. I think it's all right to let people be whatever they want to be and accept that they want to be whatever they want to be. But you don't have to agree with the logic, or you don't have to personally have belief in the way they live their lives. Do you get what I mean? If you think about like the way people live their lives generally, there's people that you're probably friends with who morally your values don't align. Do you get what I mean? But you'll still be cool with them. You're still friends, and whatever the case is. I think that because you don't believe that this is a logical thing to do, or this is a possible thing to do, you can't possibly change your gender. Then, if because of that you said, well, whatever happens to you, they should be discriminated. Like, they should get discriminated and blah blah blah, then you would be anti-trans.
Yeah, no one's saying about discrimination. So I think we all agree on that no one should get discriminated against. I don't think anyone in the studio or myself agrees that someone should be discriminated against. But I know you said you should let people. No, I'm saying we all agree. I'm saying we all agree that no one should get discriminated against. So I don't think that's the argument I was trying to make.
It was to Mugs.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, listen next time. Anyway.
Anywho, so with regards to the trans discussion, I think I've been derailed now. I can't remember what I was going to say.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Get back in the boat, bro. Your head top right now.
I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm not taking a bait. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm not taking a bait. So yeah, with regards to the trans argument, as I said, but you said that you shouldn't infringe on other people's rights. But what happens if a new law comes in that, in the interest of trying to make someone feel like to benefit one group, you're actually infringing another group, which is what's happening now. So in the interest of trying to make trans people feel accepted, you got all the stuff going on in sports, you got all the stuff going on now with this police. So there's lots of unintended consequences as a byproduct of quote unquote tolerance.
Bugs.
What's this? Say again?
Talk to you.
Can't talk to me? Say again?
Say the last bit again, Black Robe.
So in the interest of like the laws that are being passed to benefit the trans community, there's unintended consequences that are affecting biological women. So sports, all the bathroom stuff. I don't know if that's even a real issue, but like the sports stuff, the even this police stuff now. So because you're trying to help a disaffected group, you're actually disadvantaging the most women.
Yeah, I agree.
But should that matter though?
Yes, it should.
The reason why I'm saying that is because if you look at history, yeah, every group will say that once we've allowed rights to open up to other people, another demographic, another cohort, whatever it may be, that's kind of infringe on them. So let's just go back to segregation, for example, right?
Yeah.
There would have been less kids in each class, for example. Open up the doors to inclusion or whatever it may be. The more black kids in the class, and so maybe each kid will now get less attention from a teacher. So that would have an impact. You know what I'm saying? But yet we still said segregation was a bad thing. So that's what I'm trying to say. Should it matter that somebody is now feeling some type of way because of a new law?
Oh no, the problem with this whole thing is that you ain't gatekeeping properly. So there's no real criteria. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because there's probably trans women out there that live and present a certain way that probably wouldn't make women uncomfortable doing those things. But it's problem. I don't know what the rules are when you lump everybody into the same group, because there's man out there that are saying that they're gal and they don't present like gal, no matter what kind of wig and makeup they want to put on, and they got their dick attached to them, and it's probably those type of men that's gonna make the women uncomfortable. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That. So I guess I don't know. I guess they need to just maybe set more stringent rules, maybe, and like gatekeep more.
So would you be more
Repeat
happy?
the video.
What video?
This one.
Stacey said, "But how are women be affected?" I can give you 2 examples straight away. There was that swimmer in America. Do you know there's that became like in the college in America that became trans and then just beat all the female records and then stopped a girl getting a scholarship into that swimming team or whatever, and because that person took a place and they were just beating all their records. There was that guy that I don't think he was even a real trans. He was a guy that decided he wanted to be trans, and then he got put into a women's jail, and then he assaulted a lot of women in that jail and got a couple of them pregnant. There was there's these. You can come up with lots of examples. So yeah, these are a few of the examples. So yeah.
But aren't they growing pains for anything though? I'm not trying to be insensitive here, but you know what I'm saying? Like, as we transition to a new society, right? Aren't there things that go wrong? You know what I'm saying? When again, using segregation, wouldn't there have been situations where there was a lot of friction between the white and the black kids, or the white teacher and the black kids? You know what I'm saying? Until we got to a place where we are today, where there's issues, but it's still kind of seen as normal. You know what I'm saying?
We need to stop liking segregation to this one, because this one is a matter of subverting reality and equal rights for everyone as a human. Those are the two differentiators. Segregation was about us, the black people and people of other races, decide making it clear that we are all equal under. The thing is, all this stuff. I know I keep going back to religion, but all this stuff kind of does go back to religion, unfortunately, because the argument for abolishing segregation was that all man is equal under God's eyes. That's even like one of the laws that was. That we all acknowledge that we should all be treated equally, and even that the idea of man all being treated equal, regardless of their status in life, is quite a religious doctrine. It's regardless of what religion you are. There's all religions talk about like the sanctity of life and how we are all equal under God, whichever your God is. So that's something that's religious as well. And so without those type of doctrines, then we don't treat each other equally naturally. It's something that we look up as a higher power to decide that it's something that we should do, because we don't naturally do that anyway. And then, as I said, with the trans stuff, I go back to, unfortunately, I always go back to religion, because that's the framework of where I make most of my arguments and life decisions on. But like, if once again, I'm a Christian, I believe that God doesn't make mistakes. If I believe God doesn't make mistakes, then I can't acknowledge trans as a real thing, because if you believe trans is a real thing, then you believe God makes mistakes. So that means you think God is fallible. If you think God is fallible, then God isn't really God, because the definition of God is omnipotent, omnipresent, and do you know what I mean? And all powerful. And if you say he makes mistakes, then he's not God. So it's a circular argument to believe in trans and be a Christian. But once again,
but don't you feel like that kind of can be applied to anything though? So anything that, for example, we don't like the present condition of, if God doesn't make mistakes, that present condition, why do we try to change it?
So say that again.
So, for example, any like the present condition of anything that, for example, that we're opposed to in the world, if God doesn't make mistakes, why is it that we try to change certain things?
Because we've got free will.
But some of these things, you would agree is worth changing. You know what I'm saying? So are we going against God's will? Like, where basically what I'm trying to say, where does God's will and him not making mistakes start and stop?
That you need to formulate a question in a way I can answer it.
All right, let's just say, I don't know. Let's just say slavery, for example.
Yeah.
So let's just go back a few hundred years, where it was an institution in a lot of countries around the world, yeah? So you're now born into that world, and someone says to you, well, God doesn't make mistakes, man. This is just how things are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you say to that?
There's free will. God doesn't make mistakes. That situation is our own doing. You spoke at the beginning, at the top of the show, about how Adam and Eve and all that stuff like that. It's like they had free will to, like you said, that's the tree, do what you want. They did the wrong thing. Chaos ensued. Do you know what I mean? So your situation is based off of your decisions that you make. If God basically if we didn't have free will, we'd all probably be able to be perfect, but then we'd also not be able to. Free will is what allows us to be able to decide to do the right thing or to decide to do the wrong thing. If you don't have free will, then you're a machine, basically.
Okay, I hear you.
But then also one more thing, I do think transgender is the whole, because a lot of people have strong opinions on topics, but then when you do a deep dive and ask them if they knew about like how things like came to be, it's like you realize, you like you always learn about the past to inform how things came to be and stuff like that. And with all the trans stuff, like you if you look into like all the how it originated, you can see that there clearly is an agenda, because like there was this doctor. If you guys look into it, there was a doctor called Dr. Lisa Brown. No, Lisa Littman. Yeah, she did a study on gender dysphoria, like back in like early 2000s. This is before like trans became like a really big topic in like just in general. And she's like a doctor, and she did a study around gender dysmorphia, and she found that a lot of it was like she said what a lot of us think it is. A lot of it is a psychological issue rather than like a so it's just like a, for the most part, the same way you treat bulimia or something like that. It's like there's a psychological issue that presents itself physically. in the way you and that was what I found when she did studies on like lots of people that were that had gender dysphoria, and a journal was praised, and everyone was like, okay, cool, yeah, that makes sense, blah blah blah. And then because the culture shifted, a couple years later, after it was praised, it was like chastised, and then they made her edit it. And that is unheard of, to edit your journal. What no people normally do is that they someone will write another thesis to combat yours, and then both of them are there, and then you can read one and then you can read the other, but you never really get told to edit the actual contents of your thesis after it's been peer reviewed and approved. So doesn't that speak to an agenda?
Yeah. But again, like in all areas of life, you get agendas, isn't it? So it's kind of, the same sort of thing. I want to read out a comment from Stacey. She said, by all means transition, but don't be obtuse and disregard your literal, scientifically proven advantage.
Whose advantage?
Huh? Oh, the trans people's advantage. So for example, them
Okay,
being
yeah,
sports.
so
Yeah, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Demi says
forcing
I'm
them
absolute.
to conform to what she feels is palatable or acceptable?
What she say that again?
Her thoughts isn't.
Yeah.
She wants comfortability, right?
Yeah.
And accepting that is conforming to that.
Of course.
I don't think they want to conform to that. I don't think that all of them want to conform to that. I do believe some of them actually acknowledge that, yeah, I'm aware that I was this, and I'm aware that I am not this now, but I want to basically dress this way. I want to basically go through this particular procedure so I feel more comfortable. But I'm aware of who I used to be, what I used to be, and I don't want to impose that on others. I think they're also called what are they called? Enemies.
Yeah, but any situation, okay, get away from like the spiritual stuff. Any internal issue that people think any internal issues that you think can remedy with external solutions never ends well. So if I am bulimic, or if I want to get a BBL, or if I want to take Ozempic, I don't know, I'm using different angles. That is me going, there's something inside of me that I'm wrestling with, but I think changing my external will remedy the internal issue. Do you know what I mean?
I think that there are people who, like, authentically, sincerely have felt a particular way for their entire life, right? Because I do believe it's a mental thing. And because it's a mental thing, I don't think we can basically just cast an umbrella over all of them. Because it's a mental thing, I do believe that if you change your physical appearance for that person that is suffering from this particular mental thing, if he changes it to something that's comfortable for them to basically look at and feel different, I think that's good for them.
One more question though, but if in every other situation, like as I said, that it was stuff like bulimia, or even someone that's like schizophrenic or something like that, this is the only situation where someone feels a way, but the solution is to affirm it rather than to deal with the root issue.
I don't think that this is for all of them, because you have some people coming out saying they regretted doing what it is that they did to their body.
Yeah, but I'm saying this is the only situation where the carte blanche solution is to affirm what they feel, as opposed to address.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Only because when certain people feel a particular way, they cut their hair off or they get a tattoo. So when I say it's a mental thing, it's a sliding scale. I'm aware. It's not just. I don't feel it's just a one-stop shop thing. I think it's.
No, I think you misunderstood what I meant. What I'm saying is that like when I say carte blanche, I mean like on a state or on like an institutional level. So like there's not like a state or institutional advice from like governmental and like law saying that if your child is bulimic, let them stop eating because we're affirming it.
So help me more. Say more words.
You get what I'm trying to say? So I'm saying that this is one of the few.
So you've classified bulimia with this particular feeling of them being in the wrong body, right? You've equated it, yes?
I've used that situation because there's parallels, and they even used it in the do you know what's the report that they used to call DAS9 or whatever, that thing that they used to do, those reports they used to because body dysmorphia used to be actually clinically described as like a mental something, whatever you want to call it. It's called a DS. Someone will know it in the chat. There was a report that the psychological institutes used to publish like every couple of years, saying what's on the register as things that are seen as mental, and it used to be classified on. They declassified it and they changed it to something else because the agenda was starting to take place. So they couldn't justify it being classified as a mental illness and also affirming it through surgery.
I don't know if it is. I'm not taking this as serious as you're suggesting, but I kind of see it simpler than that. For example, have you seen people with like lizard tongues and they tattoo their entire face
stop
and
this,
whatnot?
Man. Stop it.
What do you mean? Why?
Like you can't. You can't equate those two things together.
Let me land. Maybe you'll understand what my point is.
Let you land.
Thank you. In their head, what they're seeing, I don't want to see this. This is not me. The real me is this. And they go and basically get tattoos. They dress a particular way. And that's kind of normally how it starts, right? You change what you can change. Maybe it's clothing, maybe it's makeup. And you present yourself as what it is that you feel you are, right? And that's the very base level, very, very base level, without looking to chop things off. You just change your attire, you change your makeup, you change your appearance in that sense, right? So if you are walking around, like I said, if it's the mental, I can't speak to this because I've never felt like I was in the wrong body. I have, Brent, cool thrust. But I do believe there are certain people who 120% believe they're in the wrong body. For example, the same, I'm not equating this, but gay people who are not attracted to the other sex, right? It doesn't matter what it is that you do. They are, that's mine.
Yeah, but
Wait.
Say what that to say.
The mental, I'm saying where it starts in the brain.
Okay.
Right? So if it starts in the brain and it affects, your brain affects everything, right? And they're seeing this little ding-a-ling swinging, and it causes them so much pain.
Yeah.
Right? I could understand why they're like, all right, I want to remedy this.
Yeah, that's normal. That's what they do.
I feel it's normal. Only because I've never lived this life where my brain's basically told me I'm in the wrong body, right? But wait. Where I stop is you looking to basically erode other people's rights based on what you've decided you need to basically live as.
Okay.
Do you understand? Don't impose it on anybody else. But I can't speak to the mental big thing because I've never thought of this.
Yeah, but you have to impose it on it. You can't have one without the other. You have to impose it on it. Like you can't. If society has decided that when someone transitions from man to woman or woman to man, that we all as society have to acknowledge that as that being the case, then if laws come in play, you have to impose. Like the only way it could be enforced
Society
is by imposing on people.
Society hasn't decided that. And what do you mean have to impose it? Like again, I don't understand what you are talking about. When you impose it, like the rules, like if that's how they want to be lived by, then all right, cool. But what do you mean impose it? Like say Caitlyn Jenner and that, yeah, winning Women of the Year and that. Like what do I have to accept? I used to still call him Bruce, and I'm saying actually. But when I'm thinking about it, I'm saying that's rude. Everybody's got the right to change their name, whether they're man or woman, by default. If someone pays the money to change their name, then give them the respect they deserve and change their name. So it's like, all right, cool. Let me stop calling him Bruce. That's rude. His name's Caitlyn. That's his name now. You know what I'm trying to say? And if you want to be treated as a woman and see yourself as a woman, how you feel in yourself, that's totally fine. All these things are totally fine. I don't have to, but I don't, you're still, I know you're a man. This ain't got nothing to do. The conversations that we're having are just all, I don't understand. For real, common sense, proper and common. I don't understand what's going on. Nobody should be
Mark,
persecuted. So when you just said, so when you talk about society is forcing it to have to be a dare what? Like, that's human rights. Treat her how she wanted to be treated or whatever. You don't have to believe in your head. They can't make you believe something that's not true.
So what he means is this particular fact, right? As of March 2024, over 600 female athletes, OG females, had lost nearly 900 medals to biologically male athletes identifying as women.
Okay.
So in that sport, society, quote unquote society, that industry has decided, yep, you're allowed to basically compete just as long as it is that you have that card.
Again, it's the smaller people at the top making the decisions, the IOC or whatever. Like the industry never did, the women never agreed to that. They don't want that. And again, there might be a small people that support it, but that's not what they want. So you can't just say, so just because small people that can have power to make the decisions and turn around and say this is what society wants. It's not true. You can't just say that.
Oh, I think I understand what you're saying. You're saying that the people are not for this. It's the individuals in power making these decisions that are making these decisions.
Yeah, and then because they make the decision now you want to talk about this is what society wants. It's not true. What are you talking about? It's not. If you
That's why I said it's an agenda. That's why I said it's an agenda, because if the masses are for the most part are not with it, but these laws are still getting pushed anyway, then who's the driving force behind this if the people are not really messing with it?
I don't think that's a fair way to think.
What was the most popular ad in Trump's campaign? Do you know what that was?
Oh, please, I'm blocking that campaign from my memory. Let's not revisit.
He said, Trump was like, they said, Kamala's for they and them, Trump is for you. That was the campaign that did the best in ad campaign. So that speaks to the fact that the general public in America are not messing with this, but these things are still getting pushed anyway. And
I don't
the
think
question
that's
now is where.
a good reflection of what makes, and pardon me if I'm saying this wrong, but like I don't think that's that form of measurement. That if the majority doesn't think this way, then it's not a good law or a good whatever. Because I
agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
Black people are a minority, but we would all like to say that racism is wrong. Like, obviously, people who are most impacted, whether they're the majority or minority, are going to advocate for themselves in hopes that those who are in leadership positions also advocate for them, because it makes sense. I don't align with that particular argument that you made. But just real quick while I'm here, I just wanted to give a little bit of context to my comment in the chat. I think the annoying thing about discussions like this is like this generation has a weird habit of like conflating facts or like making them a debate when it's not necessary. Like I'm all for people doing what they want with their life. I kind of align with Margs, and maybe it's something that I'm trying to learn or practice not thinking of, because of we're in an evolving society, and I understand that sometimes the way that our mindsets are set up based on the conditioning of the world around us as we grew up, like we think certain things, and sometimes we too have to evolve. Like I can't 100% say that when people transition, there isn't a part of my mind where it's like, yeah, all right, like you want to be a woman, but like that's an identity that you take on, like not something that you literally biologically are.
Yeah.
That I don't think I'll ever agree with that. Like I think where it matters, when it's imposing something on somebody, it should be disclosed. Like if somebody said, if in the gynecology practice, like if let's say, I think it was Eman in the chat, like let's say you have a gynecologist who is a trans woman, I wouldn't necessarily be comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's for you to choose how you would like to identify, what you would like to, be, whatever, that's on you. Like, that's your life, and I'm not going to impede on your free will. However, my free will also still exists, and I respectfully know.
But is it just how they present? If you couldn't tell that the gynecologist was trans, would you wouldn't bother? You wouldn't care, would you? It just boils down to how they present.
What did you say?
If you couldn't tell that the gynecologist
It's
was
not about
trans.
tell.
It is
There's a
about
reason
tell
why
because
I
you're saying
want a
you wouldn't be comfortable if
female.
it was a trans woman, but there's trans
Wait,
women out there that are female passing. So if you
let me
couldn't
land my
tell,
point. I wouldn't. The reason why this particular thing matters to me, same with sports. I don't pick a gynecologist based on how you present. I would hope that the things that I am coming to speak to you about medically, not only do you have the reference of your professional training, but there's an element of being able to experience the biological things that I'm coming to speak to you about and get your expert opinion on,
but there's
your
male
medical
gynecologists that
opinion
are
on.
experts too, though.
And that's fine, and that's why a lot of women, myself included, me personally, when I choose that type of doctor, I'm not going to go for them because I understand that you understand it in text, but you don't understand it in feeling. So part of me, I'm not saying I'm not removing their credentials, but for what I would like, the type of things that I value in that type of professional, that matters to me. Which is why I feel like it should be disclosed, because that is a part of people's decision making when picking certain professions. That is where my whole argument about conflating, like turning facts into debates, doesn't make sense. Same with sports. Please, I get it. You want to be a woman, go for it. By all means, tell me what to call you. Tell me how to refer to you. All the things. I respect it. That is your choice. I'm not challenging it. I'm not saying I disagree with it. That is for you to decide. However, you cannot sit up here and deny you don't get to identify with a different type of science. By factually, your performance in a in athleticism is impacted by your biological makeup. So please miss me with the I'm a woman, I did. Yeah, okay. But in this particular space, biology matters. That is not up for debate. And I don't understand why this generation likes to do that, because I feel like, because I fuck you and your feelings. Like, what is the fact? Hello?
So you're basically on Rob's side.
Woo!
Okay, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You are.
my side too. Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
I'm sorry. I came in kind
It's
of
like
late to the
what she said. I
conversation.
don't
Yeah.
understand why it's a point of contention or why we're making this into debate that man shouldn't be in the same sports as gal.
It's because of the reason what you said. You're saying the people in
It's-
power basically looking to make this a mass appealing thing.
No, I think people in power have their priorities aligned with finances, and financially, it's not beneficial to be politically incorrect, and politically correctness aligns with this whole. I don't want to say
Did you see
agenda
what
because that is
happened with the Jaguar advert the other day?
yeah,
no.
exactly.
No.
Yeah.
So I think there's now a correction happening. I don't know if you're
Can you tell me
seeing.
Leave them from Budweiser.
I mean, Trump being in power speaks to that, right?
What happened?
Him
Talk to-
winning
talk to
the
me.
election speaks to that. The Jaguar, Jaguar.
The car.
Yeah, the car.
Okay.
They dropped the advert and it had a whole set of diversity in it, like
Okay.
the wildest
It
diversity.
was a bit more than that.
It had everything you can think about, and some of you ain't think what yet.
What?
Go.
You
Go
did.
on.
Put it on the
Watch the
screen,
Jaguar.
Screen.
It just wasn't congruent with the brands. That's the problem. Like if another brand did that was like aligned with that type of stuff, then yeah. But because of what Jaguar is and the ad that they were trying to do, it was too much of a left turn in terms of marketing.
I
But anyway,
heard
back
somebody told me
Is it just
that we need to
representation?
wait
You're not talking
until
like
it
it's
is.
debauchery.
We need to wait until it is. In fact, it wasn't somebody. It was Taze. Hi Taze. He said we have to wait until the car drops. If the car's wavy, then the ad would have been just perfect. Because
wanna address that as well.
123 million impressions when the ad dropped in 5 minutes. No, I'm not finished 5 minutes. Like 5 days. But it got
When you
cooked.
say representation, so there's no debauchery.
I see it.
you know, quick one.
Yes.
Quick one. So
what's
Life
wrong
of
with
Bodge said I'm the
representation?
benchmark for polarizing opinions. Do you know what I think is mad is that everything being like steadfast in like I don't know, like just I don't think anything I say is wild. Is a wild take. I just think that the extremes have gotten so extreme that when you stick to what you stick to where you're now extremes. Like telling the truth is like a political statement now. Saying there's two genders is a political statement. Saying don't
Society today values fluidity. They don't want to stand on one extreme of any pole. They want to
Exactly.
kind of be fluid to both. I disagree with that a lot of times, but not every time.
Yeah, and all these discussions still link back to this whole, and we don't need to go into this because we have this conversation 20 times before, but this my truth, your truth stuff when everything is relative, then anything is plausible. Now,
Okay.
when you make everything things that are supposed to be objective relative, then anything can go. And this is just a byproduct. This is just a stem off of this. These discussions are just a byproduct of all these
Wait, that's what got people mad.
Yeah.
Can I
Make it big? Why is that so mad for?
Exactly, they agree. It's just like what I say isn't even wild. It's just that like.
What's it? Let me see what was it.
It's easier to.
People there.
Yeah.
People want to be liked more than they want to tell the truth.
What's this got to do with the car though?
Or
That's the question.
Brent, let us know when the video's done.
I don't understand why that's got people so mad.
Even perfume ads, sometimes you see the perfume in the last 0.1 second of the ad. I don't get why that's outrageous.
They're trying to, I mean, I don't understand why people, I don't get what's so mad about it. If this is what the people want to do, then let them do it.
Do you know who buys Jaguars though?
I mean, I see like it's got nothing to do with the car, but like you're saying, this is how ads are in this day and age, and this is the foolishness that's going on in the world and all that. Like,
you see how you call it foolishness?
Yeah,
but that's why there is uproar, because everybody thinks it's foolish.
Yeah, but every ad is. Most ads are.
I just don't get.
So you agree that it's foolish?
Huh?
You agree that it's foolish?
No. I'm not saying that it's foolish. I don't understand why you're so mad for, because they wanted to put.
It's foolish from a marketing perspective.
Yeah. Okay. So where's that, trans people or something?
No, it's nothing. I don't even know what it is, but it's just more like, if you know the audience that likes Jags, and the same with the Budweiser advert. If you know the audience that likes the product, and you know this is completely the opposite of what they want.
Basically fix it.
Just know your audience. That's what they like.
Yeah, but they put cars in it.
If you did an ad like this what if Mark did an ad like this for Filthy Fellas? What would that?
What if what?
What if you did an ad like this for Filthy Fellas or No Behavior?
Why would we wouldn't? Because it don't represent us. There's no if we was.
There we go. You just that's the answer. It's not even that it's crap. It's just that it's wrong audience.
The cars is the brand. No,
but people find the cars. Are they?
There's people that make up Filthy Fellas like. So why? There's no reason to do that. A car's an object. It's like it doesn't. It's not the same thing. What you just did there. You didn't do what you think you did.
It is.
Yeah, you really didn't do what you think you just did, bro. I'm letting you know.
I did.
You didn't. Go and try again.
Kept on.
Do you know what it is? You will know whether it works when we see the share price. The share price will determine who's right or wrong. Like when Budweiser did this thing, their share price tanked because the audience were like, "Nah, this ain't what we want." So it's not a matter of my opinion, your opinion. The stock market would tell us what
I
they
don't
think.
have no opinion on it. I was just asking, why is everybody so outraged? I don't understand that. It's like in this.
I'm saying they're outraged because it doesn't align with the audience. Their audience. That's why they're outraged.
That was his point in bringing up whether you do an ad like that for No Behavior or Filthy Fellas. Like, you wouldn't, because it's not a reflection of your audience.
We're not an object. This thing, we are people. We are personalities. We are real people. So how would the ad? How would it translate?
He's not.
If I was presenting a product, if I was selling a phone, I could make an ad like that for No Behavior in this day and age. It might work. People might buy it. I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
you can't. It doesn't make sense what you're saying.
A car is an object. But the person purchasing the car, the person you're communicating to, the recipient of the ad, is also a person.
Okay,
so
but
if you're
I'm
meant
a person.
To reach out
when you're saying no behavior, you're not. Okay, fine. You're stupid. This is cool. Go ahead.
No.
Fine.
I think.
No,
I think you guys are just. I think you're misunderstanding him more than anything. And that's okay. I just think that his point was, like, if your advertisement is meant to speak to your consumers, the same way your consumers, the people who take a part of those podcasts, are men or are of a certain demographic, you wouldn't put an ad that leans towards the opposite of your demographic in the way that this ad did. I think that's the overarching point. Does that make sense? Awkward.
Is that what you meant? Seeing as Stacey just spoke for you, Rob. Is that what you meant?
Yes, that's what I meant.
All right, then you should let that happen more. Let the women speak.
The fusion dance.
All right, let's wrap this up.
The fusion dance, Stacey. All right, cool.
Thanks, y'all.
Good morning. Good morning.
Is someone else?
Yeah.
No, you lying.
Awkward.
Good morning, Sally.
Hey. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Right, Uncle.
Good, Sally. How are you?
I'm very well.
Good.
I'm very well.
What are your
We can't
thoughts?
complain. What? Just on the Jaguar advert?
No, should have never entered the conversation. Forget the Jaguar. On the topic of the day, please.
Hold on, because I tuned in quite late, so I just mostly saw the Jaguar part.
Okay, you can talk on the Jaguar part then.
Understand. Yeah, I think maybe now, because has anyone done any research into what the back end of the Budweiser ad, like, did it, like, because I know event, like, immediately it had a negative effect, but in the long run, like, you know, they say that all publicity is good publicity. So maybe they saw that, okay, eventually Budweiser, they did have a positive effect from all that publicity. And maybe that's what Jaguar's doing right now. Because these guys, they're supposed to be smart anyway. And that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. You assume so. But then I feel like a lot of things, though, it's like outrage these days, isn't it? Like, it's a shock factor. It's a shock value of things. Because maybe the average person wouldn't talk about Jaguar is now. I don't know how that translates into money for them. But I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, it says here that despite the initial backlash, Budweiser's global revenue increased by 2.6 in the last quarter, with notable performance in regions like Middle America, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Adjusted earnings grew by 5.4. Conclusion, the marketing campaign featuring Dylan Mulvaney did not result in immediate financial benefits for Budweiser. Instead, it led to a significant decline in sales and market share due to the ensuing boycott. However, AB InBev's diversified portfolio and strategic recovery efforts have contributed to a rebound in financial performance. So they had to basically come in and arrest the decline and reverse it. So I doubt they're going to be doing the same thing next time.
Okay, Fat Albert. Sir.
And then now Jaguar has gone to follow suit. It's interesting. And as well,
Maybe.
What does that ad show, though?
The sales have dropped. Maybe the sales have dropped with the older generation or the type of class that buys
they want
Jaguars.
new money.
So they're thinking, all right, we need to basically
Gen
adjust,
Z.
right? And look to diversify. Maybe those people
Do you know what I would understand?
presented in the ad
No, but what people?
would have
They
money.
just wore colours.
Amount of money.
They were just wearing colours. And they look like Zara models.
I think it wasn't just colors. I think it was also like ideologies.
But you know what it is? I feel like if I knew what previous Jaguar ads looked like.
I saw one.
Maybe if it was like black and white James Bond 1980s kind of
was
movie.
playing simultaneously on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, was that
like,
what was the
because
top?
let's be real, like the average demographic of a like Jaguar owner would be an
But they were
older
watching
Caucasian
ads.
man.
What channel is this?
Well, I don't know if it gets to them.
That's exactly that, Saleh. That's what I'm thinking. Do they typically watch the ads before they purchase the Jaguar? Like, do the stocks of or the price, does the Jaguar revenue go up whenever a new ad is published?
In fact, to be fair, maybe this is part of their long-term goal, because it seems as if the average Jaguar owner or the target demographic would be an older white man. And
Yeah,
I don't think
they.
younger white men, in fact, I've got one friend that is obsessed with Jaguar, but he's just weird anyway. I don't think that younger men are checking for Jaguar like that. So maybe they're thinking, okay, we've lost this demographic because, let's be real, like, people are going to be getting older and touching the stairs. So they're looking for a new strategy so that maybe in 50 years' time, then we'll see the colorful ones.
I was just going to say that. I think this is a rebrand. Like, if you think about how people buy cars, I'm not buying a car because I saw an ad. Like, it's not a household appliance. Like, usually people purchase cars because of, like, the brand identity that's affiliated with it. Like, Toyotas are reliable. Hondas are reliable. Like, you usually have a brand identity that kind of precedes people's buying habits when it comes to buying cars. So if they're shifting away from that, like, older white man, like James Bond, like type vibe, like, and they want to be a more fun luxury type brand, that would make sense with how they've redesigned the logo, how they've rolled out this ad that I haven't necessarily watched beyond the muted TV screen in front of me. But from what I'm seeing without audio, like that's what it looks like. It looks like a more lively, less cutting edge, less sports, macho type like thing. So that makes sense for what they're aiming at.
Yeah, then maybe the new market they're trying to get into.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, guys. Can someone actually catch me up? What was the topic of the day? Because I think I missed that.
Wait a minute. We're gonna be moving on.
That ship has sailed.
Just so you're aware, we here. I said that with Budweiser, their stocks fell, and a company had to come in and arrest the decline. And when they did, it started rising again. I hope that's cleared up everything for you.
They also sacked the CMO.
2%.
2.2%.
Yeah.
Before it rose, they also sacked the CMO, and then they had to revert back to the old ads. So that's why it rose back up.
Yeah.
Wait, and did you say it rose by 2.2% in a quarter? 2.5%. And then do we know what what about the previous quarter before that? How did it perform?
I don't
because
know.
if it was like 6%, then that's how we know we're in the mud. Because it increased, but not in line with previous performance.
Yeah,
so
they obviously have to continue doing what they're doing that works in order to get back to where it is that they basically plummeted from, right? But what they've realized is that what they did was not what they should have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not rocket science. I don't know how you make that kind of mistake, but that's why I said sometimes, and it's weird because you think in a capitalist country like America, you think money trumps agenda, but it seemed like the agenda trumped money because Budweiser, the audience, all middle America, Bible Belt, truck driver kind of. They don't want to see none of that stuff. You could have anyone could have told you that. You don't need that ad agency to tell you that.
It's led by all this like political correctness and all these diversity hires and blah blah blah. So before you know it, the people in the top offices don't represent the company.
Exactly.
They don't represent their customer. They're just completely estranged to everything. It's
Disney are learning the hard way as well. Like all their films are flopping because they keep doing their gender stuff, and they're only starting to course correct now because they've had taken such a battering in the stock markets as well. But yeah, I mean, those who don't hear must feel.
But I would say it's not even just Disney on its own. I would say it's the film industry, movie, like not even just movie, but like show industry in general, because then like none of these people are doing like unique, innovative stuff. They're just making the same shows over and over again.
That documentary is decent. Then you understand why
Oh,
all these.
What was that?
All these initiatives in all the companies, all the Fortune 500 companies, and what they're doing.
What's it called again?
War on Children, I think. You should.
War in Children.
War on Children.
War on Children. Okay.
And then you won't be surprised when you see all these campaigns and all these adverts and all these things that's going on. It kind of makes sense. It explains it anyway.
What is that, Brent?
That's the Budweiser stuff.
That advert? Is that the advert?
Yeah.
From being a gay man, now he was a trans woman, and then what did he end up as a trans woman, or did he change again to a gay man?
I don't know.
Is it done?
Oh, Brent.
Is it done?
No, it's not.
No? Okay, cool.
Hold up. Let's see.
Honestly, I don't know how some people don't get offended by this because he just plays a caricature of what he thinks a woman would be like. But anyway,
Damn it! I told you.
What happened?
I told Emmanuel that we would get popped down if it is that we talk about this stuff.
Oh, well, did they shut it down?
I think they've put it back up.
I need to wrap up anyway.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
10
Let's move
a.m.
on.
This
Let's
is
move on.
crazy to me.
Headlines, guys.
Thank you for calling in, everybody.
Stacey, Black Rob, and Saleh, thank you very much.
All right, cool, back.
No worries, guys. Everyone have a fantastic day.
And you too, babes. No comment. I know what got y'all down.
All right, people. So, a regional source was speaking to CNN on Sunday and pretty much said that a ceasefire deal between Israel and the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah is very close, even as an uptick in Israeli attacks saw the death toll in Lebanon since mid-September pass a grim milestone. More than 3,000 people have been killed in Israeli attacks since the uptick in hostilities in mid-September, according to a CNN tally of Lebanese health ministry figures. The regional source suggested that while the deal was closer than ever, it was not fully informed yet. US and Israeli officials cautioned no green light had been given to mediators yet. Benjamin Netanyahu said, speaking to CNN, said, "We are moving in this direction, but there's still some issues to address." In recent days, Hezbollah has been considering a US-Israeli proposal for a 6-day pause in fighting that some hope could form the basis of a lasting ceasefire. Next headline, and the special prosecutor who brought down 2 key criminal cases against Donald Trump has asked judges to drop both of them after his victory in the 2024 presidential election. Special counsel Jack Smith was overseeing cases accusing Trump of trying to overturn the 2020 election results and improperly storing classified documents after he left office. Trump had pleaded not guilty in both cases, and in new documents filed on Monday, Mr. Smith said that the cases should be closed because of a Justice Department policy that bans the prosecution of a sitting president. Smith wrote in a filing in the election case that it has been the position of the Department of Justice that the United States Constitution forbids the federal indictment and subsequent criminal prosecution of a sitting president. This outcome is not based on the merits or strength of the case against the defendant. A judge must sign off on both decisions for both of them to be officially dismissed. Smith requested both cases be dismissed without prejudice, meaning that the charges could be refiled after Trump finishes his second term. And our last headline, trigger warning. An Egyptian authorities say that 16 people are missing, including foreigners, and 28 have been rescued after a tourist boat sank in the Red Sea. 2 of those missing are British. This is what the BBC understands. Finland has confirmed one of their nationals is unaccounted for, while authorities say that 4 Egyptians are also missing. The boat with 44 people on board, including 13 crew members, sent a distress signal about 5:30 in the morning, and authorities have not indicated the possible cause of the incident, but added that accounts of people on board mentioned a wave hit the boat and caused it to capsize. Weather forecasters had warned against marine activities for Sunday and Monday. The Sea Story left port near Marsa Alam on Sunday for a 5-day diving trip. And yeah, man, sad, man. That's it for the headlines. Time to pay them bills.
All right, let's get into some Word on Road. All right, let's do this nice and quickly. What's it called? Hold on. What's the first one? 1 second, I'm going between. Oh yeah, Conor McGregor. So basically, the other day, he lost a civil lawsuit. So there was a trigger warning. There was a lawsuit against him, accusing him of rape. It wasn't pursued criminally for whatever reason. I can't remember why, but there was a whole thing about not pursuing it criminally. But anyway, in the civil case, the lady won. Her name's Akita Hand, and she basically won £210,000 in damages. After accusing him of rape. Anyway, cut long story short, he's had some rants online. But he's deleted it because personally I feel that was grounds for another lawsuit, child, because he was moving wild. Calling the victim a liar and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, he's then released another statement and it says, 1 second. Yeah, it says, people want to hear from me. I needed time. I know I made mistakes. 6 years ago, I should have never responded to her outreaches. I should have shut the party down. So all of this allegedly happened at a Christmas party. He says, I should have never stepped out on the woman I love the most in the world. That's all on me. As much as I regret it, everything that happened that night was consensual, and all the witnesses present swore to that under oath. I've instructed my legal team to appeal the decision, so there's going to be appealing the decision as well. I can't go back and I will move forward. I am beyond grateful to my family, friends and supporters all over the world who have stayed by my side. That's it. No more getting back to the gym. The fight game awaits. But yeah, so he's planning to basically appeal the High Court's decision. And yeah. If we want to move forward, you should just move forward without all of that stuff. But anyway, speaking of people not moving forward, the news break yesterday that Drake's legal team. Then people try and be like, oh, my team is the one doing it. Not exactly, not necessarily me. But basically, Drake and his team, whoever it is, Drake, the name, is basically initiating a legal action against Universal Music Group and Spotify. And is basically saying that the two companies have conspired against him and conspired in favor of Kendrick's Not Like Us song, sorry. So basically what they said is that they're accusing them of using bots and whatever else to pump up his music. Even went as far, I mean, Apple is not included in the lawsuit, but even saying that when people would ask Siri to play Certified Lover Boy, it will play Drake, it will play Not Like Us instead. Obviously it says Certified Lover Boy, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I tried it yesterday. Obviously, it just played the album. So it's part of that as well. He's also accusing UMG of violating the Racketeer Influence and Corruption Organizations Act. Basically saying that it's a crime, basically. What else? And what else is there? Yeah, so essentially it's not like a legal thing just yet. It's not like an official lawsuit yet, but that's basically what they're... What? Oh.
The lawsuit.
I'm chopping this up tomorrow. Yeah, I think this is bigger than what initially people are talking about. And it's going to be benefiting a lot of artists if Drake wins. Because he's going to get up against the machine right now. He's trying to correct his...
Has he got proof that they lowered the licensing fee by 30%?
I believe you wouldn't look to basically push this if it is that you didn't have some sort of receipts, right?
If they definitely lowered the licensing fee by 30%, they're in trouble.
I'm thinking it's going to be a win for a lot of people that aren't. Because apparently they were telling him, go and sue Kendrick. And he was saying, no, I'm coming after you, big boy.
Let's see.
In addition to all of that, Lauren LaRosa, so she's the girl who sat in, or the journalist, sorry, I should say, who sat in for Jess Hilarious when she was on maternity on Breakfast Club. But she basically put some tweets out there yesterday, and she said she spoke to a close source in Drake's camp. And she said, basically, this is what's happening. She said Drake's side decided to file the lawsuit not just because of Not Like Us song. She said it's bigger than the song, and that's why Drake is suing the label and he's not suing Kendrick directly. She says that from what she was told, Drake feels as if his label, UMG, is using money he's made them to fund Kendrick's song, burying him amidst a sensitive label negotiation he's currently in. So he's currently in a negotiation, blah, blah, blah. And he feels like, I made you guys money, and then here you are using money I made you to, pump someone else's song or whatever. She also says that he feels that the label's allegedly not protecting a major asset, which is him. And it is conveniently timed around the time he's in negotiations for a new deal with the label. She said also he's feeling as though if he was Taylor Swift, this is what she said. He is feeling as though if he was Taylor Swift, a lot of things would not have happened in this whole Drake and Kendrick back and forth. So I guess he feels like he's the Taylor Swift of the music industry. Obviously, Taylor Swift is powerful in her rights and whatnot. But yeah, that's basically what's happening. UMG have responded. And they responded to these accusations, and they've said that the suggestion that UMG will do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. So that's where UMG stands with it. And yeah. And then lastly, Cristiano Ronaldo is allegedly being sued by a skin doctor, who is saying that he did a lot of work for him, his family, his not entourage, the people closest to him, basically. What's it called? I think it's entourage. Yeah, it is. And he did a lot of procedures or whatever, and he hasn't essentially been paid.
What?
What?
I don't like that kind of stuff.
It's ridiculous.
You got so much money.
Who's got so
you
much
can't
money?
pay the
Ronaldo.
person who's making you look pretty.
Allegedly, though. Allegedly. So
People with money don't respect it the same way.
Hmm?
People with money don't respect it the same way.
but I don't think it's even that. I think that people that with money like that, they're not the ones like Chris. He's not the one signing to Lloyd's Bank to do the transfer to the doctor. He's got someone that's in charge of that, and so the person that's in charge of that should have been the one to pay the fees, and so now they will be the one in trouble because you haven't settled it. It's like invoices; you wait forever for them. So I feel like it's just an invoice that hasn't been cleared. But
Over years.
well, oh my gosh, that's a real thing. There was a whole conversation this weekend actually. Maybe it was a private conversation, I can't remember. But people are owed money from years ago, from COVID, for some of these publications. It's crazy. People's invoices don't get cleared for years. But apparently this was between 2021 and 2022 that he did the treatments for him when he was at Old Trafford. And obviously we don't know exactly what the treatments are, but the doctor does specialize in Botox, fillers, eyebrow lifting, skincare, things of such nature.
He's probably got like a little 30 grand from or something.
So,
Oh, sorry, I didn't even tell you how
Right.
much it was.
Like,
It's £40,000.
Yeah, I'm doing it. See, you're not even watching that. He's thinking, man, running me down for 40 grand. I'll spend that in a day. Like, come on, man, you'll get your money, Killy, man. Like, what's
me now
man talking
then.
about? This is how man with money move. They're not even preying that 40 band. No one cares that 40 grand. It's 40 pounds to them. And he's thinking, wow, man, running me down for 40 pounds.
oh, is it? Is it?
Then transfer it then.
You're going
So
to get your
quickly.
bees, Killy, man.
Is it?
I've
Since
got
you
bigger
got
fish
it.
to fry here,
Is
man.
it?
How much butter I'm making over here.
Is that right? Is that right? He goes into a restaurant, he sits, he eats, and he pays the bill.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, people's attitudes are towards money. People with money don't really respect it like that.
Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah, I've seen it happen.
Have you experienced it? Someone didn't respect the fact that it is you gave them a service because the service didn't tally up to £1 million.
No, but I've done it for people, like, man running me down for chump change, and it's like, what are you doing here? There's no way this £30 gonna collapse your whole operation, bro, man. Like, what are we talking about, man? Like, you're in the wrong business if this is what's going on, bro, man. Like,
Interesting.
come on, man. Like, what the hell are we doing here? So it's like, I don't care. Like, so yeah, I ain't got the same urgency. Where this £30 could be serious for you. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I don't do that to people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. That's what's going on. To be fair, though, the only reason why we know about this is because it's obviously a legal matter. And when the doctor was asked for comments, he said he doesn't discuss his clients. But it's an ongoing legal matter, and he's professional, so he's not going to discuss his patients. But yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. But I just feel like it was just forgotten and just missed. Maybe all his several emails have also been missed, but who knows? But anyway, that's it from me. Let's get into People's Journal.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. There's not much to talk about today, but I do want to run something by you guys here. Obviously, you know when we saw the Trump versus Kamala Harris debacle, which led to Trump becoming the president-elect again for the second time, yeah. But obviously, prior to that, part of the campaign of Kamala Harris was obviously bringing out certain celebrities, certain people in the black community and all that stuff. Do you feel some type of way about them coming out if they were paid? I know you guys didn't mind before,
No.
but if they were paid, you don't
Surely
feel
they
like...
were paid.
Of course they were paid. I would be upset
You
if
know
they
how much
weren't
money
paid.
that goes into that campaign, and I'm part of your campaign. Of course I'm paid.
You think you're
Okay.
going to have Cardi B when she's got other things that she could be doing to earn money, and you're going to have me here just out of the goodness of my heart?
Okay, cool.
Absolutely not.
So, celebrities aside, in terms of entertainment people who have influence in that sort of area,
Yeah.
you know, for the layman, what do you feel about people like Oprah, people who are media people being paid?
Everybody should be. The only people that shouldn't be paid are politicians.
If you
people that
have
are in
a
a cabinet.
campaign budget and I am part of your campaign,
You're paying me.
you better consider me and put me into your budget.
Is it?
Something small like that?
Huh?
Something small like that?
What do you mean small like that? Small like what?
Why are you worried about small change like that, man?
It's not small change. You've got a marketing budget. I'm part of your marketing. You pay me for my services. It's not
Yeah.
worried about. So it's what are you talking about?
Is it?
Yeah.
And it's not small change.
And it's
bro.
not £30.
It's not small change.
It's not
There's
£30.
millions.
it is.
No, it's millions. It's millions.
To them it is.
No, it doesn't matter though.
How much would you take?
Whatever I can get.
Fair. I'll have that.
So basically, yeah, people like Oprah. So Allegedly.
It is
Yes.
Candice Owens because she's been making too much
No,
noise.
no. Apparently, it was
On my
released.
timeline about this.
No, not Candice Owens. She might have heard from the same place. Wow.
Because she's been on a whole thing talking about, oh, you guys are paid. And like, girl, shut up. No one cares.
But again, like you guys said, it's a business, isn't it? So if they're coming out there taking time out from something else, they should be paid, right? But I'm just asking the question in terms of the other people who are meant to be advocating for the black community. Do you feel like it's bad that they get paid?
No.
Because couldn't they potentially be putting their agendas above the black community?
Not necessarily, because they could have been paid. They would have been paid by Trump's camp, but they chose to go to Kamala's.
Yeah.
So they would have been offered money on both sides, and they would do the one that aligns with their view. I always say about this whole community things, people that are meant to be for the community, blah, 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 blah. When they're down bad, the community don't put their money together to help them pay their bills. People have got bills to pay. So I'm not mad if Tyler Perry went on there and got paid for it. I'm not mad if Kwesi Kwarteng went on there and was paid for it. People have got bills to pay. And like Mark said, you got a budget. Begin to budget me into that Excel spreadsheet.
The whole point of them doing that and endorsing someone is to influence your voting. What's it
Literally.
matter whether they got paid or not?
That's work.
Because I guess somebody will say in terms of the whole moral aspect of it is, like, if you're okay with getting $500,000 and you're pushing an agenda that may mess up your community, isn't that a bad thing?
Don't matter. I told you so. My community don't pay my bills. Keep paying me my money.
All right.
Yeah. I personally, I don't think it's a problem. Because again, they've got they've got the option of going on both sides. There's people that were on in Trump's rallies and whatnot.
Yeah.
So they would have been offered by both people. So I would go with the one that is most, I would say,
These people are
aligns
causing
the
so
best-
much
better.
damage. Like, I prefer you. Like, look what Keir Starmer and Labour. I told you that it was going to be fucked up. Look what they're doing. If someone came and forced you and influenced your vote to vote for Labour, and then all this fuckery's going on, I'd be more mad to know that you've done this for free.
For free!
Like, you made me do this for free. What the hell are you talking about? Like, you didn't even have no reason. There wasn't even no incentive for you to make me come with this, make this stupid choice.
All right. So,
yeah, man.
So, okay. I guess maybe you guys don't mind because I'm assuming there's a question.
Because we're capitalists.
No, not even that. But more so, but more so because you kind of see those people you spoke for Kamala Harris as being on that side anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if Trump gave you, not you necessarily, if you heard
I mean,
Trump,
so it depends what time of what time of the year I'm at.
so if Trump gave you a meal
Yeah.
to push Trump
Yeah.
narrative on TDA every day from the beginning of the year up until the election to influence.
I would let him know I've already got one person on board. That's you. So it's less work. Less work I have to do. I might even give him a cheeky little discount. I don't have to work on E-Man. He's already gone.
I suppose this seems different. If there's someone who's typically a Democrat and then they get paid and go and do Republican work, it's like, you're only telling me this because you're getting paid. I suppose I understand the sentiment there, but it's like what you're saying. If it's all the Democrats came out to support the Democrats and
You know, it's so funny.
and jigging and they paid me, what's the difference?
You know, so funny. Even then, yeah, but like, fair enough. Go on your check. Because like, my thing, do you know what my thing is, yeah? Nobody can influence me to vote for anything. So if Mars gets paid by Trump, and because I've heard Margs, I go and vote for Trump. And then now I'm upset about Trump's policies. I'm only having the day that I deserve. I should have done my own research.
Yeah, it's facts.
So, you know, if Trump wants a...
Glorilla, like,
You think Glorilla was on there doing Yeah Glow for free?
when I saw that, I knew she lost, you know.
No.
What
told
would you
you so.
In a
not
suit skirt.
take money
When
for?
I saw Glorilla, I said, oh my God,
This is over.
it's done. We are done.
If Trump is saying that, if Trump is saying that they're going to erase Christianity from America,
Yeah, that's different. I wouldn't do that though.
Trump is a Christian man. He wouldn't do
What does it what does it gain a man to lose his soul?
no, because some people are saying that that's what Dems are doing.
Okay.
that. I agree.
Well, okay, but would you take money to basically?
I would never take money to do anything that directly affects and harms Christians. And when I say harms Christians,
Yeah.
I don't mean in the things where we're divided on, where you don't like trans people, you don't like gay people, but then your pedophile
Yeah.
uncle, you're allowing him to the cookout. I don't mean none of that bullshit. I mean, like, say they're going to be killed or they're going to be that kind of stuff. I wouldn't take money for that.
And also black women.
Absolutely. Black
Okay.
women.
It doesn't matter how much money you get, even though you can basically break them off a piece. Every single black woman.
No,
in the
because
world.
it wouldn't help them when they're being harassed.
Could you just not ask me to not share the stream on Twitter each time it is we?
No.
It's only like
I'm not money
3 months
motivated.
of campaigning.
Huh?
Only 3 months of campaigning.
Bro. Any 1
and
minute
get
of campaign, I wouldn't do it.
£28 million.
I wouldn't do it because for me, there's just certain things that are more important.
Yeah.
What's the campaign that you're saying that you would pay for? What is it?
If I had to go against black women,
In what way?
I don't know, whatever way that Brent
She didn't even
thinks
want
is
me to
28
basically
million
stipulate.
worth.
She just didn't want to hear it, which is good.
Yeah, because
And she didn't want me to stipulate with the Christianity thing either, which is good.
there's certain lines I just personally wouldn't cross.
How about you, Emmanuel? What the line do you want cross?
He said, when you find it, you let me know. When they create one,
Lines.
you let me know. Truth. That's the line that's what he's got.
Interesting. Wow. Black community though.
What? I didn't say anything, you know.
Yeah, you just laughed.
Because I find it funny,
Uncle
innit?
Saleh.
No, I would never sell out.
Uncle
I would
Saleh.
never sell out the black community. Impossible.
So no more money.
No.
Just for a week though. God damn it.
No, I wouldn't.
See, you paused.
You would.
No, I wouldn't.
You do
No,
it
I'm
for
talking
a
about
day.
Brent.
Oh,
You do it for a day.
no.
You can't. How can you can't really endorse something you don't believe in like that? Something, especially if it's detrimental. Because after the money goes, then just
Say it again. You can't endorse something you don't believe.
if it's detrimental to like your beliefs, like you're saying, like bringing down the black community or getting rid of Christianity or something like that. Like, there's not what amount of money can someone make you do that for? Because afterwards, you're aligned with that. You know what I'm trying to say? If it's something you don't care about, you're indifferent to, or you're not passionate about, then cool. But when it's something that everybody's got hard lines that they draw in it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so I don't think no one would do that really.
Is that the same with you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's things that you're not gonna be able to pay me to say.
Like what?
Fuck around and find out. But I mean, like, I don't know.
I'm really interested.
I don't know. Of course there is. There'll be things that, because I'm like, okay, after this money, then what? Like, what do you mean? Like,
Can you say, like, a trans? I don't know why I've gone with that.
yes,
For money.
yes.
Wait. What?
Yes.
What do you say yes to?
What's the question?
I can say a trans.
Because I didn't formulate my question. What were you saying?
Yeah, what
A
are you
trans
saying?
What do you want me to say?
Just make it up. Go. Say anything you want about trans, and I'll tell you. I'll
He
say
said
it for
whatever
money.
it is.
Anything. Anything.
Yeah,
Go.
Glow.
Get creative. Get creative. Go.
A trans woman is a
Don't
woman.
get creative.
Yes.
I
Is
give you
it what?
20p.
It's a
That's
20p.
not enough.
Come on, man. I'm trying to make some money here.
What did you say? What did you say, Brent?
A trans woman is a real woman. I'm saying, yeah, of course
Oh.
I'd endorse that for money. You've got to
He said
endorse
that's
that.
sis.
That's
So that's not even that's light, right?
That's like, I
Give
don't
me-
care.
that's
I
why
have a
I
horse in
asked
that
you,
race. I don't give a shit.
What is it for you then? What is it for you? Snitching. Ooh. How about
Nah.
snitching? Snitches up. No.
Yeah.
No, wait. It's good to snitch.
For
Oh.
money. Yeah.
Wait.
You're so funny. You're moving to Bali after that. You got me to Bali after that.
I think you won't talk ill of the dead, your people. No matter what.
Who the hell would do that?
For that.
What? Who the hell would do that?
I just said give me 25 mil for that. You mean dead people?
What? He's tap dancing in the grave.
For nothing.
What?
I'm waiting for someone I don't like to die and I have to do the eulogy. Oh, I'm going to read you for filth. Oh, you would turn to actual ashes in that coffin. I would do that. I would do that.
But Brent's saying people, your own people, innit, Brent? Right? Or just dead people in general?
Yeah, your own people.
Nah, man.
I'm doing it.
Your own people?
Yes, because when you were alive, you're a piece of shit. So in your death, I can make money. What are you talking about? I can't. You don't respect people that not due respect. I'm doing that. I do that for free. Do you hear how I talk about some people already? I do that for free.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Any
In what sense?
I wish you never asked me.
would
to
you
be creative.
say the G
never done
spot?
that.
So
Oh.
I know the G spot is in my bum. What? Personal experience.
No, stop that, man.
No. But, I mean, this has to be like, I could, if I don't care, like, you know, like,
You know this isn't a serious
you
show.
pay me the 28.
It isn't. This is
you
what
pay
people
me
come here
28.
for.
You pay me 28 million.
It's not what I come here for.
Yeah. There's enough stuff that I would say.
I'm dancing on the grave.
This is not why I'm here.
There's enough stuff that I'll say for 28 million. I don't have to be convinced either. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah, for real.
No, you have to sell it. That's the prerequisite. You need to basically sell it.
yeah,
You're
but there's certain
campaigning
things
for
people
this.
won't even believe. They'll know that I'm only saying this because
That's
I'm getting
different.
paid.
It's about you selling it.
You got to do that. Smile on your face.
But 28 million is a lot of money. They ain't giving you 28 million for that.
No,
'Cause
you need to basically say that you need to become it.
Yeah, but
become
like I
it.
said, I'm not a discriminant, so it's not. There's no like, if it's like gay, trans, or anything. There's not. It's nothing. I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm a gay man because that's a lie. I wouldn't do that. But
If
if
you
want
wear
me to,
tank top,
if you want me to, like, no. But if you want me to endorse homosexuality and like that, why wouldn't I? I don't. It doesn't affect me. I don't care. Like it don't affect me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'll support anything. Like it doesn't matter. None of it don't matter to me. It don't matter. I'm not gonna come out and say I'm gay.
Yeah.
For the money. Like that's because why would I do that? Because I'm not. I'd be lying, innit?
Oh,
But,
so that's the thing that you wouldn't do. You wouldn't say that you're gay,
no, why would I do that?
but you could just think that you're happy.
You know what?
I take the money, but what?
Oh, is it after say when I say gay, I meant happy.
That's after the checks cleared and everything.
Okay, run that one.
Nah, you
maybe
can't run that.
They ain't buying that. Your
then.
DMs,
you can't run that
Very
back.
quick.
your DMs will say different. I'd say that for free.
But yes, the reason why I say that is because Oprah apparently got paid $2.5 million. Right?
Oh,
She
that's
said
cheap.
herself that she
Well,
personally
more.
never got any money, but her what do you call it?
Accountant got it.
Her
Can you imagine?
her television company,
Okay, fair. Own.
yeah, Harpo,
Oh.
got the money to then do a particular thing. So basically, they were paid, but it's
They're
the same
running
thing.
ads.
It's the same thing.
But it's same thing, girl.
Yeah. Roland Martin. Do you guys know Roland Martin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
He's like how do I even put him?
he's like, is it?
He had a back and forth with Dr. Umar like about good 7-8 years
Yeah, I
ago.
can imagine
Was
that.
Yeah, on the show, it was crazy. Basically, he invited Dr. Umar on the show.
Yeah.
He had like 2 or 3 other panelists with him, and they'll question Dr. Umar's credentials and all sorts, right? Telling him, okay, like you said, you're related to, by blood,
Yeah.
right? Frederick Douglass.
Yeah.
How is this the case? He explained it. He said, my mum this, my grandma this, my
Yeah.
great, everything on point. Asked about his credentials in terms of,
Psychologist.
yeah, all of that
the
stuff.
Doctor,
Yeah. Yeah, that's Roland Martin.
Ah.
Yeah, it's a smart
Like
guy,
a
but
gospel
he's
artist.
very.
He's condescending, man.
Yeah, he can be very condescending. And one time, I didn't like one time he tried to talk bad about Dr. Khalid Muhammad. This time, Khalid Muhammad has passed away. He acting like you were trying to avoid Khalid Muhammad, which is impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible. Khalid Muhammad would slap this guy into oblivion. But anyway, immediately, impossible. But anyway, this guy here apparently was paid $350,000.
I was about to say he can't be in the millions. Okay,
No,
fair.
yeah, to be like a media assassin. So anytime you've seen something talking about pro-Trump or against Kamala,
Yeah.
this guy was the first out there shutting it down, attacking people. all
He
that
was
sort of
working
stuff.
hard.
I saw bare notification from this guy.
300K. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You should
But
He's a Democrat.
he would
Yeah.
do that anyway.
Yeah, but it was like extra vim.
Extra
apparently.
vim.
Extra
Yeah.
vim. You know what I'm saying? Al Sharpton as well. You know you don't hear nothing from Al Sharpton unless,
Uncle with the perm.
This
yeah,
one is involved.
you know what I'm saying? 500K.
It's
you
unless
got-
money involved. I thought it was unless like freedom fighting was involved and stuff.
It's with the money.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
How much was he paid?
500K.
Fair. That sounds
You know what
about
I'm saying?
right.
So yeah, people are saying, wait a minute, like, why are we paying these people who are meant to be supporting black people's agenda?
Oh, shut up, man. How
You know
many
what I
people?
mean?
Shut up, man.
Putting the money in the wrong places. They paid all the people and they still lost.
Yeah. You know,
They
apparently,
need to spend their money better.
you know they were in debt, innit? Like, you know, they raised like a record over $1 billion
Yeah.
for Kamala Harris. But apparently, they're now in debt of 100 and something million. They spent over $1 billion in that campaign. Kamala Harris' campaign.
You know what?
For nothing.
No
To
comment.
lose every swing state.
Anybody who watched that campaign, yeah, and then after the fact, and just get back on with life, yeah, and just don't realize like how media and manipulation and propaganda and all these things, how real they are. Like the lies that they told in your face, the way that they propped this woman, the things that they were saying that was just blatantly not true, and then they went and got their ass whooped in the election. And everybody just crack on back on. Okay, let's just go normal. It's like, I
What are you
don't know how
supposed
you
to do?
believe. No, but I don't know how you believe. How you just even moving forward with these legacy media. How you just believe anything they tell you. Like it's crazy. Like there's blatant lies and deception and
I think people know that.
misinformation. Like blatant. Like it's crazy and
I
it's
think
there as
people
plain
know
as
they
day
all
for
do
everyone
it
to
though.
see.
They all do it though. That they all do. I feel like there's never any. There will never be any point. Almost like fighting these things, because they all do it. It's crazy.
Do you agree
It's all
with that?
lies. With what? That they all do it.
No, as
There's
in
no point
there's no
fighting it.
point fighting it.
I don't know. I don't because I think an I don't think everyday person is who can fight those things. It has to be people who has who can be in certain rooms and whatnot, and then they can then garner influence from like their viewers and whatever, and then you can then use that to be like, oh, let's boycott this and da 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 da. But if it's just an everyday person, if I just wanted to do that, it's going to drain me.
How do you feel about Elon Musk's involvement in this last American election?
I think it's crazy.
Elon's
But then
doing
he
too
owns.
much.
But then it just shows you that a lot of times when we look at powerful people and we think these established, even like the whole Kendrick stuff, right? There's been a lot of Twitter pages and whatnot, like as in companies, DreamWorks, all these companies tweeting mustard, right? Because obviously from the album, blah blah blah. But when you look at it, when you think about these companies or whatever, like it's just like I feel like we put these things on such a pedestal. So when it comes to like celebrities and stuff, we put them on such a pedestal. But they're really just sometimes they're just normal. They're your average neighbor. They just got money. So with the Twitter thing, that doesn't shock me. And I think we've seen how Elon's been moving since he acquired Twitter, where he will create this feature and be like, oh, actually, no, I don't really like how it goes. Sorry, cancel it. No anymore. Like, I'm not shocked by that. It's not shocking. It's there's just big babies with a lot of money and unfortunately some power. And they don't know how, like, they're not people you go to for intelligence and wisdom and whatnot.
I hear MSNBC is up for sale and he's inquired about it.
Word.
All right.
Waste of money and not watching TV like that anyway.
That's
He
the
might
thing,
use it as a foundation to diversify in other things.
Yeah, I think he would look to basically put it into a streaming package.
Yeah, something.
But it is dangerous though, these things, so because I feel like if you have a
He
platform,
would definitely run it on X.
Huh?
He would definitely run it on X. All the broadcasts.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
absolutely, because now you can see block people, like people that you blocked and they blocked you. You can just see their tweets and stuff
What?
because he doesn't believe in blocking. Because basically, I think people are blocking him.
Man.
I don't think he wanted to be blocked by people, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like it would have been like a personal
I
thing.
hate the fact that I can see everything this man says.
And that's
It
the
does
thing,
not
you
make
can't
no
get away
sense
with
to
it,
me.
but
I
it's
don't
his
follow you. I
platform.
don't give a fuck about nothing you're saying. Why are you imposing this on me for? Like, this
It's
is
his
nonsense.
platform.
Like, I hate it that I see you there talking all day. Like, I don't want nothing to do with you.
But you know what's
Like,
crazy
what the
though?
fuck are we doing
Like
here?
we say these things as if it's very trivial, but when you think about it, yeah, it's actually taking away people's rights.
Yeah, it's mad.
I have a right
I
not to
shouldn't
see
need- I
your
shouldn't be able
tweets.
to see your
I have a
stuff.
right not to, and this is how it starts.
Question. How are y'all exercising your rights? Because y'all can leave
Leave what?
X.
I don't
I
go
want the
there.
jokes.
I'm not going there.
So what are you saying?
No, but also,
when I
sorry,
do
but
go there,
also
I see
though,
it. I
me
just think
having
it's
to,
No, you're saying
No, but me
he's
having to
stepping
leave
on
a
your rights. What does that
platform-
mean?
What do you mean?
You're saying he's stepping on your rights.
When did I say step on my rights?
I said,
Sorry,
stepping on my rights,
What did you say?
I just said it's crazy that I can see everything this guy says.
and I
I
said
don't want to see it.
it's an infringement of my rights.
Oh, so I
I should
apologize.
pick and
thought
choose.
It was you basically piggybacking off of Esther's point.
I should pick and choose what it is I want to see, but I feel like okay.
That's how easy just said it. It wasn't me.
But I don't see why I should have to leave a platform because there's some knucklehead that owns it because he's forcing me to read things and see things I don't want to see. But this is part of the problem though.
Can you block him?
I
No,
don't think so. I think
Wait,
I
what?
tried. I think I tried.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I
Wait,
tried.
let me.
I'm not
you can
tried,
you
innit,
can
bro?
Wait,
block
wait,
him,
wait,
but
wait,
you're still
wait.
gonna see all his tweets.
Wait.
Blocking does nothing anymore. They've changed the features. So you can block people. They can be. Have
Wait,
you
are you
blocked?
sure if you block people that you can still see them?
Brent, do you want to block him?
When people
Yes.
say
Let
when
me
people
block
say
TDA
he's
and
ruined
then see if-
Twitter or
and
whatever,
watch.
yeah.
You block me. Why are you blocking
My
me?
whole thing is Twitter ain't really changed that much. Twitter's always been full of idiots and wild opinions, and you follow what you want to follow, and you block what you want to block, and you don't see what you want to see. So anybody like if you got foolishness on
You
your
even use
timeline,
this.
it's usually your fault. So I don't know how they're saying he's ruined. The only thing the way he's ruined Twitter is because I had to see everything this guy says. That's the only thing that's ruined Twitter. For me.
So
I don't
wait.
want to see his shit.
How am I gonna? What account should I block then? Your actual account.
Me, produced by him.
Oh.
It still says block here in the drop down hamburger menu.
You can block him, but bro, let me block you and see.
I don't know if this is accurate.
I was on a blocked person's page yesterday.
And you can mute them.
Okay, do you know I've just blocked you?
So
Go and see if you're gonna read you're gonna see my tweets. Go on.
Let me see. So
What's the point of the button then?
There's no point anymore. I think because people were blocking him and people been cussing him on his own platform.
what's your handle?
My own royalty
My-
underscore. There's a white woman that's got maybe that underscore.
Yeah, I could see you.
Exactly. But
What,
I
and
blocked
go
you.
to the profile.
But then it would
Yeah.
show you. It would show you that I think when it's just scroll, it would say that I blocked you, but you can still see all my tweets.
My own royalty has blocked you.
Yeah, but here my
You
tweets are.
can view public posts from my royalty, but but you are blocked from engaging with them.
Okay.
You
I don't
also
wanna
can't
see you, though.
follow or
Yeah.
message them.
Yeah, see?
Or you just wanted the ability for them not to see your life.
No, but when you block somebody, typically, I don't want to read anything you're saying. I don't want to, you can't see what I'm saying. You shouldn't be able to ever engage with me like you're done. Now you're not done.
So if I tweet, would it still pop up on your feed?
Yes. Because that's what happened to me yesterday. Some guy I blocked was on my feed. I said,
All right, so the
I know I'm on
blocking
job.
feature has just changed to you can't engage with them, but you still see what you see. He's really on this
All right,
whole
follow me back there.
That's
pro
ridiculous, man.
pro free speech thing, innit?
Yeah.
yeah. But that's the thing. Is
When
it
you
free,
say it's
is
ridiculous,
it though?
man, what are you saying? 'Cause
Is it free speech?
He's basically that's what he's saying. He's basically saying this is how it is in real life.
Yeah,
You
but
can't block me in real
I
life.
do though.
No, exactly.
How can you block me in real life?
No, I can walk away. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
you
me
could, you
blocking
could be
you.
talking right now. I can walk away.
And walking away means what? Removing X from your flipping platform.
No,
Yes, it does.
that would be like dying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because X is the platform, is the earth. You know what I'm saying? That's where all of us
I guess
interact.
this is how it is that you're just framing.
I'm not being funny.
this.
When you ask how can I block you, that's how I block people. You're dead to me.
So Blue Sky is out. Why you go over to Blue Sky?
What's that?
This is blue sky.
That's what everybody's flocking to. Blue Sky.
What is it though?
And apparently the tweets are
This
skeets.
guys.
There what?
The tweets are skeets.
What's the skeet?
A sky tweet.
This guy is not
I'm
serious.
not making this up.
It's giving-
I'm not making this up. Blue
'Cause the
Sky
skeeter.
is the equivalent, the Twitter equivalent.
But who
X
owns
equivalent.
it then? Because that's the thing though. We say this now, then when I go there now, I must see the owner's tweets and I must engage the owner. Or maybe even when I sign up, the first person I'm following is the damn owner.
Don't let fear stop you
All this
from
tyranny.
freedom. Go over there and see what's happening.
Listen, I don't care. I don't care about social media like that. Anyway,
Hello, good morning.
that's definitely just me in the background.
No.
When I go there now, I must see the owner's tweets and.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah. You hear me?
We can.
Yes.
Who's this?
Kofi.
Yeah. This is Kofi here.
I'm morning.
Yeah. I
Kofi.
just
Good
want
morning, Coffee.
morning, guys. Morning, guys. I just want to speak about Elon's influence in terms of X. How I think personally he's ruined it because as Esther mentioned, as Mark's mentioned, you can block this guy and you're still seeing these tweets. I'm seeing hella racist tweets. More than I've ever seen before, man. But people just the other day I saw a tweet about you know that new film Wicked, and it's got that girl Cynthia playing the woman, the green woman,
Yes,
the green
I need
witch.
to go watch Wicked. I might watch it tomorrow.
People
Actually.
being racist. Say why is the black woman doing this? I'm like, the woman's green. The woman's green. She's no race or color, but there's people being outwardly racist. Out just proper racist, like it, and it wasn't like that before. I know Marx is saying that you get your profile that you follow, but I ain't following any of these racist people. So why they come into my mentions? When what happened with Chris Cabba? People say, oh, he deserved it. Oh, you black people this, you black people that. It was never like that before. So he's proper. For me, he's just really ruined Twitter to the point that
lie, them white people was going brazy on Twitter before Thing had it, and obviously you would probably get in trouble sometimes, but like them accounts with bulldogs and British flags and thing, and they've been going brazy on Twitter, passing their opinions.
Actually,
Racist people,
but they have.
racist
Marx,
people
you're right.
been on Twitter. So maybe
been on
if you're
Twitter.
saying that he's affecting the algorithm and giving them more of a voice or more thing, then you can argue that or whatever. But that ain't changed. I don't.
But I heard that
I'm not having that.
there was someone. I think remember during the riots, someone got arrested for their tweets.
A few of them, yeah.
Yeah, over their tweets and stuff.
Because they were inciting violence or something or threatening
Yeah,
somebody.
something like that.
No, yeah.
Which
What
is
Mark
against
said
free
is
speech,
right.
So that should happen.
It's all against free speech, man.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
it's
what-
highlighting. Maybe it's highlighting them and giving them more of a voice and
That's exactly
boosting
the point,
algorithm so people can see them. That side of it, I give you definitely.
Yeah, because Mark's right. They've always been there, but obviously I wouldn't follow them. They wouldn't come up on my tweets. But now they're actively responding to tweets that you're saying, and that never used to happen. So I think that part of it is a bit annoying. But yeah, I just think like Elon's influence. I was arguing with Eman about this in terms of Twitter itself, disinformation, pushing out certain information to a narrative.
It's all mad.
Damn.
You can influence. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you can influence elections because you can push out certain information. So I think that's why I'm saying he has more influence than certain black celebrities trying to push for Democrats. If you can push out certain information to a certain way and just feed into people's insecurities and anger, you can easily
what's the
win
side of the
elections.
chicken and egg first? Ain't these people got to buy into this stuff or believe this stuff or want this stuff? I saw everything he said. Didn't make me.
Yeah.
It didn't. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
I'm not
It didn't
saying
make
you,
me
but
agree with him.
Interesting.
But okay,
No, but it's true.
think
Though.
about this.
Everything that whole agenda he was pushing, everything, because like you said, you see it on Twitter every day. I saw all of it.
So
It didn't change.
Let the
my-
transgender
Well, no,
quote-unquote agenda run then.
In what sense?
Let it run. It's not going to influence masses.
I don't care about. No, I said.
Yeah,
I know what you're
it
saying
won't
now.
influence marks. But I'm just saying, for example, say for me, if I had an insecurity about trans and all this sort of stuff, but I'm not really seeing it, and then one day you see something like crazy about some trans stuff, which isn't totally true, but you're now seeing it. That's going to embolden you to go and vote. Before you might have thought, no, I don't really care about any of these parties, but you still have that little insecurity there.
50
Now
Shades
you've
agree.
seen it more. Now you've seen it more.
50 Shades agree.
Go on.
That
do you
definitely
mean?
increased people's interest in that type of behavior. 100%.
It had to be there in the first place, though, innit?
That's so interesting.
No, you seen 50 Shades of Grey?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
That's why I'm not they got me. They got me. Little choke.
Let me hop off the call, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you very much,
Thanks,
man.
Kofi.
No, take care, man.
Thank you very much, Kofi. That'll be a good conversation, no? Because I think you've said it before. You're not influenced by anything. You don't think media influences people. If it is that you don't really have a bias.
It's Baker's blanket statements like that is fucked up because media does influence people, but I just rather like, probably I'm just speaking from my own thing, like the way that media works and even like advertisements and stuff like that, like you've got to want it. I feel like you've got to want it. Some people don't know what they want until you put it in front of them, granted, which is true, but I feel like they can't just make you, they can't just make me believe something or like something just because you're thinking. But obviously, I question everything.
Are you
innit?
sure, though, Mags? Are you sure? If
think
you kept
so.
on seeing and hearing stats of this transgender stuff and it's false, would you basically come here and spout that that's what's happening? They're taking over.
Well, no, but I've come in here and I've said the conversations that they have, that the things that and the agendas that they're driving, that they push online on social media all the time. Social media is not a real place, and they're doing it to create something. You know what I'm trying to say? So the future generations, so the kids, and very, very rare. So it's like a thing in term. It don't affect us like that. A lot of the conversations that they're having, a lot of the bullshit conversations that are going on, even the stuff within our community and whatnot. I do not see it in my real life. You know what I'm trying to say? Like all this stuff about black men and not liking black women, and like all my friends, like I don't. They're not real. They're real. They're real. If you sit in your phone all day and thinking, and you make it real, and you come and have the discourse, and then you make it real, but it's not actually real. It's just they're trying it, innit? And I understand that. I believe that. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So I don't take nothing that they're saying on board like that. Because in the real life, when I'm outside, that's what I deal with on the ground. What's happening on the ground? Even people that talk on the way people even address each other. You go on Twitter, the way these people are mad, the way they talk to each other for no reason. Like it's not like that in real life. People are usually decent. You know what I'm trying to say? People are usually decent and got common courtesy and respect, and you have good interactions with human beings, bro. Like the internet's not a real place, but they're gonna try and force it to act. They force it to make it reality, to make you act like this.
I don't know about that. I mean, I see reflections of anger pouring out of people once it is they're in a close proximity to each other and they're talking about a particular topic. I can hear what you're saying where when I'm walking around, people are just having arguments like boom, 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 like how it's on Twitter, but it's a congested place. It's it's like a big, small room and everybody's in there. And whatever decides to basically come onto your timeline, that's what you're now going to engage with. That doesn't happen outside, 100%.
No, but even on platforms like this where we have discourse about thingy topics, even the way people engage with each other, even when they're passionate about it, they're not just normally just tearing each other down, just being rude and disrespectful.
No, I hear that part. As in the cloud chasing?
It just, yeah.
Yeah, I hear that, but I don't know if it is that there's small sample size is what you want to go with, because there's cloud chasing outside. you see it. And they do it and film it to put it on the internet for it to spread. And it has real world implications, 100%. So you're saying that misogyny it's not a real thing. Patriarchy is not a real thing. That's just internet chatter.
Down with the patriarchy, man.
Internet chatter.
All right. On to the next thing. So, Keir Starmer is basically saying, he's promised to get more people into work with some new reforms that he wants to implement to overhaul job centres and basically give more to mental health funding, basically to help people get back into the working spirit. He said that the government had inherited a country that isn't working, and not in terms of it not being functional, but the people itself are not working, right? And also the changes will take the biggest drivers of unemployment and inactivity. Obviously, a lot of the details about these reforms have not been confirmed and all that sort of stuff.
We reached 150 likes. Energy. Thank you very much for getting everybody to like up the video.
Big up energy, man.
Top class moderator there. No shade.
The Tories have said that these proposals show that Labour was not prepared to take the tough but necessary decisions to bring down the benefits bill. You know what I'm saying?
What does me having sponsorship on Pen Game got to do with the conversation? I'm missing something. What Ebony said, because I said you have sponsorship on Pen Game because you have influence. It works on different levels to different people.
Oh, because you're saying you can't
Influence
be influenced.
people to.
But yet,
Basically, you're
others
getting
can.
paid for your influence. So
Influence is a real thing.
it's real.
They say you don't
whatever
get
people
influence.
see on
You're an influencer.
whatever platform they watch, it influences them. So media does influence people.
It puts,
So much so that you're getting paid for it.
It puts eyes on the product. It doesn't make people want it. It's just because it gives you an option.
Oh, 100%. If it is that you're telling me you're using the WAC 300 and it just takes it off clean without any snips, I'm getting it. Especially if it is I need to groom.
Then you need to groom. You have to want it in the first place. You wanted to groom.
Oh, is that where you're going with it?
I'm saying,
But I wouldn't have bought it before. I wouldn't have gone to buy it. Even though I need to groom, I wouldn't have gone to buy
bought
it.
something
You've not
else.
told me. I am telling you, it works.
but man, them that don't groom.
Here you go. See,
No, because grooming's got to be in your wheelhouse.
Not necessarily. You
there
lot was
are
selling
times
it,
when
man.
it is like
We were selling it.
I didn't feel I needed to groom until as you told me I'm not a grooming man, but for this one, it changed my life.
There you go.
It changed Mark's life. It will change my life.
These are weak men.
I didn't know he's not had that
Keep doing that. Here's the discount.
But yeah, man. Well, Rachel Reeves as well. She's back in the news, and she was speaking to the Confederation of British Industry, basically at a conference, and she's basically saying, "Look, I'm not going to come back to you guys with more borrowing or more taxes." You know what I'm saying? Because obviously people are concerned, especially the businesses, about this whole, changes to taxes, especially the employer insurance changes that we've spoken about quite a few times. So I'm not going to mention that. But yeah, long story short, she was at the conference and she was basically saying that despite a lot of feedback on the taxes and the spending plans, she hasn't heard many alternatives. So people are basically complaining, but they ain't providing no solutions. You know what I'm saying? This is what she's saying. But regardless of that, I am not going to change things. I'm not going to make it more difficult for businesses. So people, let's just leave it as it is and let's ride this out.
Does not annoy you when people complain, but they don't have
Don't do
anything
nothing about it.
else other than the complaints. Bloody hell, it annoys me so much. It annoys me so much because what am I supposed to do? What
Crazy.
am I supposed to do with your flipping complaint? God damn it. Suggest something. You understand? And then let me see if it is this bollocks or not.
Yeah.
Probably is.
Well, and the last thing I wanted to mention is Donald Trump. He said he's going to hit China, Mexico, and Canada with new tariffs from day one. He said a lot about his first day. It's going to be a very busy first day for him. But yeah.
He's doing a lot on that first day.
I'm
you know.
telling you, he's sacking people, he's tariffs, everything. War in Ukraine's going to stop. Everything's going to stop.
When we make suggestions, they don't even listen. What's that about?
That's between her and Emmanuel. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know what she's talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about either.
Do you know Esther?
You don't want me to know what anyone's talking about.
We listened to all you guys' feedback. And yeah, anyway, so the US president-elect, Donald Trump,
Really?
said that he would sign an executive order imposing a 25% tariff on all goods that's coming out from Mexico and Canada as soon as he's been inaugurated on the 20th of January. So that's like in 2 months, man. Yeah, a lot's going to change. Also, he said he's going to do an additional 10% tariff on China until its government crack down on the whole fentanyl smuggling into the US. Until China does something about that problem, we're going to hit you with the tariff. It means business, man.
He's going to be working so hard, you know. I don't think he even knows how much work he's set for himself.
Boy.
And he can't fail.
Well-
So he better make sure, boy.
Can you just think of examples of something that you didn't like or something?
You're so funny. I like this.
No, that you
You're
didn't
still
like.
there. You're like,
Yeah, in my mind, I'm trying to think.
About something.
I'm trying to think,
Of course,
what-
you've changed your mind about something.
Not change my mind. You can change your mind. I'm trying to
Well,
say,
you've
if there's
been
something that I
influenced.
didn't like or like someone made me like that there wasn't.
100%.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to
So
run through. Yeah, go on.
basically, the Beanos bringing you that bowl of vegan chow from that restaurant.
That's not an advert. I tasted it. That's what I'm talking
Oh, you're
about.
talking about media.
Yeah, that's not an advert. I tasted it and I knew it was good.
Sorry, I apologize. You're right.
No, but didn't he talk about it on the pod first and then you went
But
to
it
taste
didn't,
But he didn't change his
he
mind.
needed to basically
Nah.
put his mouth.
Yeah.
No,
Fair enough.
I tasted that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you couldn't just. What are you talking
Just
about?
word of mouth.
I'm not being.
No,
thinking.
yeah,
I'm trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
think
Trying
of
to
myself.
wrap
I'm trying to think like something that I wasn't into, but I saw people doing it, or they was telling me, and then I went, and now this is what I like. I'm just trying to think. Like it's got to be. It plays into your interest, and adverts it don't work for everybody. It's people that are interested in it. You go for your demographic, for your kind, innit? You advertise to people, to customers, to potential customers, to people who like this stuff. So there's something there in the
Why
first
are you
place.
just focusing on the liking part of it? Can I not just give you an example of how it is that you changed your mind based on what it is that the information that you received? Because that's essentially what it is.
It's the same
boils
thing.
down to.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna think about it.
No, I find it interesting that, like, you're trying to analyze, dig deep to find out if it is that you are also a victim. That's good, man. Self-analysis. Let's know what you come up with.
Oh, by the way, correction. In the world of fairness and whatnot, Jenna she said she wasn't talking about us. She was talking about Rachel Reeves, man. With us, we listen to the suggestions. You know what I'm saying? We're a very inclusive show.
You came from Gist, and you believe that her repackaged tweet?
Yes, I was influenced.
Okay.
Who said you were influenced?
But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for People's Journal. Yes.
More headlines?
Yeah, please.
All right, people. Trigger warning on this one. Big trigger warning on this one. We spoke about this before, but French prosecutors have demanded a 20-year jail sentence for Dominique Pellicotte.
Is that that stupid man that got his wife raped?
That
That's not
animal.
enough. 20
At
years.
all. At all.
20 years. That's not enough.
It's ridiculous. He's basically been accused of drugging his former wife,
Sicko.
Giselle, for a decade and inviting 50 men that he recruited online to rape her. That's insane.
That's something about her neighbor.
Insane.
Like her neighbors. Like I see you in the morning when I'm putting my recycling out.
One rapist should get more than this.
Word. I don't know why on earth it's 20 years. How old is he? Is he like 80 something, I hope?
No, I don't think he's that old, you know. He's 72 now. 72.
Oh, that's a shame. 20 years is not enough.
This silly man probably has a problem with the LGBTQ community. Can you imagine?
It's a damn shame, man.
Damn shame.
I don't know the link. I'm gonna let it go.
He's a whole
I see.
deviant demon.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
yeah,
son.
yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like, ah.
Not them, innit?
Yeah, son.
That time you're a
Damn it.
walking demon.
Exactly. But yeah, he's admitted to the charges.
Before
And-
go. Don't admit to it.
He thought,
Idiot.
bro.
What cheek.
Yeah, man. Apparently, the prosecutors are saying that he should also undergo medical treatment for 10 years. Can you imagine how they're
No,
wasting
you
everyone's
should be
time?
deprived of medical treatment. Let nature take its course. You don't
Damn
talk about you
shame.
don't want to talk bad about the dead. You think this one would die and people shouldn't talk bad about him?
It's damn
Dancing on the grave, child.
Damn shame. The prosecutor said 20 years, the maximum sentence for rape under French law, is both a lot and too little given to the gravity of the acts that were committed and repeated. And he was referring to an assessment of Mr. Pellicott made by a psychiatrist earlier in the trial, and pretty much said that the defendant presented multiple sexual deviances. Verdicts and sentences are expected next month, so obviously once that happens, we'll let you guys know. But the prosecutor was saying he sought pleasure through a desire to submit, humiliate, and debase his wife, the person that he claimed to cherish the most in the world. Another prosecutor said that the trial has shaken up society, and that what is at stake was not a conviction or an acquittal, but to fundamentally change the relations between men and women.
But the thing is that they should have given him more charges than just that one though, because he was also like getting other people to do it.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So that's like prostitution, no? So he shouldn't have had one charge. That's how you get all the charges. Like that's how he would have been able to get more than 20 years.
It's a damn shame.
Okay.
Next headline, unfortunately, guys, there's trigger warning as well. Right. And a safeguarding minister said that bystanders should be prepared to step in and help women, who appear at risk of spiking during the Christmas party season. Wow. So this is just what happens around Christmas parties, Christmas
It's
time.
not just Christmas parties. Like even the other day when I went out with Aquia, we're gonna order our food at the thing, and like she left and she's like, "Oh no, I can't leave my drink
At all.
You can't." Like that's one of the first things my mom taught me. Never should if you just forget your drink, she said never ever ever go back to that drink. But it's crazy. It's always weird when you see them catch it on video, and you just
I don't
like
want to see that, man.
they're so sneaky. But I can imagine during Christmas parties, it goes even higher. And because people like to sleep with each other anyway on Christmas parties and whatnot, they'll just try and brush it under that. As, oh no, it was consensual, blah, blah, blah. That's good though. But I like bars where they have like little posters and stuff like that, where it's basically if you go and say, oh, can I order can I order Rebecca's drink, something like that. That's basically a sign for them to know that you're on, that the person you're with, you don't feel safe with them or something like that.
It? Oh, that's good.
So like it tends to be like in the bathroom. Actually, should I keep giving these people? Actually, well, yeah.
Yeah, they can't go in there.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. It tends to be in the bathrooms. So like in the bathroom, sometimes we'll have like a sign or something like that. So if you feel uncomfortable, whatever, say this to the bartender, and then that's a code word for them to know that you're in danger or you fear danger and stuff like that.
Did they get police or did they just get security or something?
They can get police, it depends. Because I feel like they'll try and be sly about it and then watch the person as well, whatever. But sometimes they'll also like go the extra mile, making sure that you've ordered your own Uber and you're able to get home. So that kind of thing. I rate bars like that. Big up. Not all bars do it, but all bars should. It's really good.
Yeah, that's good, man.
An idea for invention. Somebody should create something that they can put in these drinks to identify if drugs have been put in.
I think it
Turn the
exists.
colour straight away.
I think it exists.
Serious.
I think so.
But because your drinks are all different colours anyway, would it always work?
No, 'cause I think there's something that I don't know if I'm making this up, but
Form up, innit?
I think there's something. Yeah, I think there's something like that. There might be something like that already that can let you know whether there's something in your drink. But honestly, if you ever leave, just don't. It's just not worth it. Just don't. And if someone orders you a drink, like be there when they order it and take it directly from the bartender. Don't let them say they're gonna order it for you if it's a stranger, and then bring it.
The thing is, these bloody
Scary, man.
cretins are in your office workplaces.
Casually.
They're on the trains.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my.
Every time I go on
goodness.
tubes and I go on trains, that's why I'm always like looking at people. I'm like, you probably have so many secrets that you probably do some crazy things. You might have killed a person before. That's where my mind always goes.
That might
I
be
like people watching.
self-defense. But
But
the
it's-
fact,
the person
that
died.
they've left their house, right? They've had a shower, they put on some nice clothes and whatnot, put some perfume on, right? And then they've gone back in. Oh crap! I forgot something. Gone back in. They've got the little packet.
It's crazy.
They can't leave without this. And then they're going to just let's chuck. Beep. That is mental to me. That's why when it is they caught, they need to just be weighed in by whoever's around them
100%.
before the police come.
100%.
Quick jungle justice and then you get them to jail.
Yeah, and then like kick up their groin and stuff.
All of that and above.
Yeah.
But I think the head is where you really go for.
Everything.
Just their head? Nah. You gotta mash up their groin,
Have you ever
man.
been kicked in the head before?
Yeah.
Have you? Stamped in the head?
Yeah, but wrestling, innit?
I thought you meant the racist.
No, light foot.
No racist
I mean,
has
with the
ever
boot.
basically put their hand on me. I've only had one racist fight. I'm not going back there again. One racist fight, and none of them touched me. You understand? So I'm good.
I know that's right.
But yeah, Marks, which is the most supreme form of retribution for one of them cretins? Getting kicked in their head or mash up their groin, like 2 punts, like several times.
I don't know. I say death.
Well,
How about you, man? I give you 2 options. He's chosen.
That would be ideal.
God damn it!
like,
So wait. Do
that'll
do
do
y'all
it.
think that's fair?
What? Death?
Yes.
absolutely.
For what crime exactly? For the
What are we talking about?
The spiking thing or rape thing?
Any sex offender.
Remember, I'm saying that they should get mashed up even before they commit the.
Okay.
Oh no, that's not fair then. No, I want you to be alive. I want you to suffer and then suffer every single day of your life. That's my kind of punishment. Ooh, every single day.
I've seen.
Every day just get jumped. You just wake no, just wait, I'm there now. You're in jail. And every morning, like clockwork, same time, not a second late, not a second early, the gate opens and they just jump you.
Do you think it should just
Every
be
morning.
beatings? How about they get the
you're-
same type of punishment they wanted to give to people?
Nah, man.
With a broom.
Nah.
That's despicable.
And
No?
that's why I have to say in the
Just
morning show.
beating. That is
No,
so
I
interesting.
think every single day.
That's why I said
beating.
kick up their groin, man.
No, man. But that's everything though. Everything's then kicked up. Every single thing. And then like with people that you hire to do these things anyway, they're of a certain caliber of mindset.
That's what I said.
So they will bite.
No.
They will bite.
That
Bite
type
is
of
in
people
there.
like, we're in jail? All right. Give them the full
Anything
VIP
can go,
package.
but you every single day you will suffer.
I don't know what happens in jail, but I've seen American reflections of jail, man. And it's so morbid. And I can't even watch them scenes, you know. Not these scenes. Wait a minute.
That was that show 13 Reasons Why. It was so horrible. It
I
was
don't know what
so
that is.
Is that
horrible.
a suicide show?
Yeah, man.
I'm
That show was so depressing.
It was.
Oh.
What was it? It was.
What's it about? Literally about just people just killing themselves.
Snowfall.
There's
I think it was Snowfall. Snowfall. When they tried, they put the man in a chair, right?
Is this graphic? Because it's
They
a
didn't
trigger
get
warning,
that. I
you
don't
know.
think it got there. They put the man in a chair, and they got like a deep-looking fella to come in, and he's licking his lips and all sorts.
I
You
know
remember
you
that
said
scene?
when I was- I've never watched
Have
Snowfall.
you watched Snowfall, Emmanuel?
No, I've never seen it, no.
Have you watched Snowfall?
Some of it.
Yeah, but I think it wasn't a man. It was a woman that was tied up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was such a hard thing to
I was
watch,
gonna say
man.
something.
That's when I didn't like that guy. I didn't like that guy because that was very dirty.
Dirty is the word.
Nah, it's mad, man. It's mad. In the end, did you feel sorry for him?
You didn't finish it. Did
Did
you
you feel
finish
sorry
it?
for him? Oh, you didn't finish it?
He said he's watched some of it.
Oh,
It wouldn't be the. It wouldn't
sorry.
be
I
the
don't know why I
last.
was
How
continuing
many
talking
seasons
to
is
you.
there? 4 or 5?
Don't worry about it.
You might have
watched
watched
that.
either.
Don't worry about it,
G knows
sweetheart.
who you need.
I've
Yeah,
watched
I've
like,
seen
I've watched like 3 seasons.
Don't worry
The
about it,
last
then.
one, I know what happened when he's. I've seen it. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't care.
But you don't even know.
I do because he's a crackhead.
No, but you just saw the ending.
Oh, and his mum snaked him and all that stuff.
Did you see that part?
I've seen some.
You just ruined
What
the
was
show
you
you
done?
there.
Did you see that part?
Like, I haven't watched this show.
How about you,
Even
Emmanuel? Did you see that
hasn't.
part?
G
When
knows
his
who
mom
you
basically
need.
like gave him up.
Gave him up to what? To the police?
Yeah.
Yeah, she needs gunshots for that.
Oh. I'm
Did you see
getting
it? Did you watch Snowfall?
I've never,
not in this
never
room?
seen it, man. This guy
I've
don't
told
listen.
you I've told you 4
10
times
times,
now.
I don't know why it's
G
that I'm
knows
not
who you
hearing you.
need.
I don't know why I'm not hearing you.
Because you
black
don't want
man.
to.
God damn it.
Elon Musk, you don't want to. That's why. We're blocking you, but you remain unblocked.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Okay then.
Yes. Where was
Never
I?
mind.
All right. So, yeah, back to spiking, man. Jess Phillips, she was speaking to BBC Radio 4's Today program, said that people should go up to a woman and say, is everything all right? We're safe to do so. Basically just encouraging the everyday person to just check on women, man, if they feel like they're under some sort of threat, man. Unfortunately, Davina wrote in the chat, man, that something happened to...
Sorry.
What happened?
No, people. There were 2 scenes. There was one right in the beginning where there was that bum justice.
Do you know,
thing,
actually,
right?
wait a second. Hold that thought.
Bro.
Morning, Gina. Gina's in the chat. Brent is talking about Snowfall, and the rest of us don't know what he's talking about. So that's why we're saying Gina's who he needs.
Bro,
You know, you
See, so Gina heard the call. No. Right. There were two scenes.
I didn't get to say anyway.
You know what? In the beginning, there was that Bum Justice, and in the end, in the end is when it is that they had somebody's wife sat down in the chair.
Okay, don't give details.
It's not a spoiler. At this point in time,
was
everybody
graphic.
should have watched Snowfall.
Well,
But I'm talking about the second one, and that second one
okay.
was a woman that was sat down.
Oh, Yellowstone's
And the
back.
importance of her, that particular woman, she was a G, by the way. The importance of her, it was oh my goodness, it was his auntie or something like, his family for an auntie type thing, and we were going to basically just run her through, and he was there looking, saying, all right, cool. In order to get my money back, I need to get this information from you, and this guy is going to basically do this. All right, cool, and then. That's when it is the Jerry Cook guy. He's like, nah, we have to come through. He saved it, I think. And he's like, nah, you're vile for doing this, nephew. But it was so mad. You all should watch Snowfall, man.
I watched it.
I think you've sold it.
It's good.
It is good. It is good. Gina would say it's good.
Built this brick by brick. I'll be damned if you go mess it up because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
I've seen it.
that was a powerful scene, you know? That was a powerful scene.
All right, guys, again. So it comes as Prime Minister, Sir Kama.
Maybe this is the last headline. It's not, is it?
Yeah, one more, man.
Gosh.
Sakir Starmer met police chiefs, hospitality bosses, and transport leaders in Number 10 to coordinate action against spiking. We spoke about this the other day. Labour has also reiterated a pledge to make giving someone alcohol or drugs without them knowing or agreeing a specific criminal offence. The government has already promised extra training for bar staff to help them prevent incidents, also to help support victims and retain evidence.
Oh,
And the
wow.
last headline, and a key negotiator for the group of small island nations who walked out of the UN climate talks on Saturday, pushing them close to collapse, has told BBC News that the group was ready to leave the summit altogether. So Mickey Robertson, who's a finance negotiator for the Alliance of Small Island States, said that the other countries were laughing at them for asking for bigger sums or larger sums of money to help them tackle climate change. He said that the discussions reached boiling point, but that their walkout shows the power of his group. He also said, we're not going to be walked over, as we have been many times in the past. The walkout happened when talks were overrunning by 19 hours, imagine, and was a moment of high drama in the fraught COP29 talks in Azerbaijan. So that particular group, the Small Island Groups, was accompanied by another bloc called the Least Developing Countries. And Mr. Robertson said that future talks, including at COP30 in Brazil next year, must put aside petty geopolitics. He said all signs indicate that the election of Donald Trump before the talks meant the final deal at COP29 was weaker. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay them bills.
All right, let's get into the reaction.
The uncle, he was legit, man. He stayed on code, but auntie was putting him in compromising positions, man. Oh. Anyway.
Crazy.
Is it crazy? Boy, that's so crazy.
Yeah, I hear you.
Did you talk about the weekend's football yesterday?
No.
Oh no.
No, we didn't.
What did you talk about it?
Like, discuss it.
Oh, okay.
Well,
8 points clear.
Man
Salah's
City.
looking to bus.
Salah's not playing. Do you think that Liverpool turnaround, that result, do you know when they do it, is that they say the stuff for champions? Do you reckon that was a moment?
Oh, 100%. Because they've done it before, so I could say that. You can't really say that with Arsenal. So, if they flop from now, they bottled it.
Salah is cooking though. It's absolutely flying.
Yeah, but the litmus test would be next weekend.
Who they got to see?
Yeah. And then they have, was it Newcastle after?
Oh, Newcastle just got fucked by
Yeah,
West
West
Ham
Ham.
at home. Newcastle ain't in the best place. Liverpool are in the prime position. I think
Yeah.
it's mad that City are shit in the bed like this, and it's not Arsenal that's capitalising off it. After everything, after all the hoopla and everything you've been saying for the past 2 seasons in a row.
This is fake news. This is fake news. This is fake news. If you want to talk about it, you can talk about it, but this is fake news. This idea where now that Man City is doing what they're doing, Arsenal's supposed to be there.
You're just telling me as soon as Pep leaves, you're going to win the league. You're just telling me, I don't want to do this.
No, we can. Because I will speak to you about what has happened. I actually watch games. Do you watch games? Have you been following the games?
I'm just saying.
What's been happening?
I'm just saying because obviously you have been great for the last 2 years. Your title of challenging and the rest of the day, you've been in a position of power. You're back. You're dope. You're Arsenal. And I'm just saying.
Mental. The last
I just find
6
it
games
annoying.
that we played against.
I'm not even,
and who were we without?
I'm not even holding it against
Nah,
you.
man.
I'm just saying for me it's frustrating, and I just that when City are shitting the bed how they are at the beginning of the season, it's not Arsenal that's reaping the benefits of it.
mental.
It's Liverpool that's at the top of
That's
the thing. It's just
mental. You should have
confusing
said
to me.
that.
It's just-
You should have said that 6 games ago.
Okay. Arsenal fans, man, this is crazy. But yeah, City got thumped 4-0. Arsenal done their thing, beat Forest 3-0. You get me? Gang. That got done. United, look, RA's first outing, led in a 1-1 draw. It was a deflection. There's going to be a lot of growing pains with that one. And the team that he put out definitely wasn't the strongest available. You get me? Some of them players, some of them combinations I don't think we're going to see again. But I was disappointed in the result.
We've been
Even at 86
Absolutely
minutes.
consistent.
That's cool. Even at 86 minutes, I was thinking like we're gonna win. Like it's Ipswich, like we're gonna win.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get it done. There's little things that look different. I think once we get the personnel, I like Amarin anyway, man. I like Amarin. I like his attitude.
Yep. Just like how you like Ten Hag.
Yeah, I like Ten Hag. I told you. You know what it is as well. Forget United and forget Arsenal. Let's not be tribal. But I'm saying like Ten Hag was gonna leave this league saying like, he's done better than Arteta.
No, he's not. That's not what he's thinking.
It is. He won more than
That's
Arteta.
definitely what's on his mind.
In the 2 seasons that he was there, I'm trying to say, not Arsenal. Arsenal and United is different. I'm talking about as men, as them man walking into a situation. I walk there. This is my counterpart. Every season, there's 4 trophies available to me. After 2 seasons, I'd won 2 of them. And when I look across the pond, that guy never won none.
No, that's not what men do. That's not what men.
That's how it goes.
That's like a flipping flawed man. Then
Oh, that's cool. But I'm just saying.
that's what you think that Ten Hag's thinking. In
I don't
his
know
head,
what Ten Hag's
then,
thinking. I can't
boy,
think
that's
about. But I'm
crazy.
saying
That is crazy.
Arsenal. I'm saying
imagine he measured his success based on Arteta. That is bollocks.
No. I'm not saying that's what he's thinking. I'm just saying Arsenal United. I'm not
That
comparing
is
them. I'm just talking about.
crazy.
I'm not talking about Arsenal United. So you can take your Arsenal hat off. I'm talking about Eric Ten Hag and Mikel Arteta as coaches, as managers in their
Why have you
profession.
just mentioned them two?
Because that's what I was
Why is
talking about.
Arteta on his mind?
I don't know.
That is crazy. Not
I
even
don't-
Pep, not Klopp.
I don't think it's
Arteta.
him, man. He didn't
That is
outthink Pep
bonkers.
or Klopp. Wait, what did Klopp win while he was there? Yeah, maybe he outperformed Klopp as well.
Nah, your brain's
Yeah,
mush.
maybe Klopp. Yeah, maybe he's thinking the same about Klopp as well.
Your
You can't say
brain
the same
is
about Pep.
tutu.
You can't say the same about Pep, but I think you can say the same about Klopp too, man. This is men, like I said, I'm not the club. I'm not talking about the clubs. You look at you're speaking as an Arsenal fan. I'm not talking about the clubs. I'm not talking about Manchester United and Arsenal. I'm talking about Mikel Arteta and Eric Ten Hag. That's all. But again, you are not in a position to capitalise from City doing anything. If you don't win nothing this year, you are fine. And if you don't win nothing next year, you are fine. And the year after that, I've spoke to you. I know how you feel, so it's cool. I don't want to argue people with no ambition. And the last news is about Barbara Banda, the Zambian footballer. She wins the BBC Footballer of the Year award. She's 24. And she won the award for Zambia and the Orlando Pride. And she's been voted the BBC Women's Footballer of the Year. She received the most votes from readers of the BBC Sport website after being selected from a short list of 5 players by a panel of experts. You get me? Despite facing challenges as a young girl in Zambia, where women's football was not widely supported, Branda's hard work and dedication led her to success. She is also a former professional boxer who won all 5 bouts before transitioning to football.
Transition it.
That is the end of the show. Can we just get to the wrap up, please? I can't leave.
All right.
I can't remember. Arsenal fans, man. That's so touchy, man.
I don't know what people are.
Upset about.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I mean, especially Arsenal fans. I mean, we're in a good place right now. Like, very good place. And I don't think they'll understand it until it is end of the season. Like, we're in a very, very good place. I mean, this time last year, I think we were wrong about the same amount of points. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. And look at who we just played. It's crazy with massive injuries. Crazy. Yeah, I'm feeling good, man.
Right. Well,
I do think it's between us and
Liverpool.
City, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't just yet say that City's finished. I can't. I really can't, because I've seen the teams that Liverpool has played and they're not convincing. 100% they got 8
Well, if it's
points.
just between if it's just between you and City, and we can.
No. Let me just
you definitely ain't winning.
revise
then.
that.
No, but I'm saying
Me-
if
me-
you believe that, then
me,
you know you're
City,
definitely not
Liverpool.
winning it, innit?
Me, City, and Liverpool. That's the tree.
I'm saying if it's just. Yeah,
If it's
that
just
means you
between-
definitely know you're not winning it, then, innit?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
But it's possible.
It
that you
depends on
don't.
what it is we do in January. 100%.
Okay,
Yeah. But I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
we got this. Well, we had another great show today. You get me? We spoke about Keir Starmer, his resilience against the petition. Over 2 million votes want him out. Is they saying that is the most votes received in a petition since 2010 or something like that? Since Brexit.
Yeah, I
That's
think so.
crazy.
I don't think that means anything.
He's got a lower approval rating than Nigel Farage.
Hmm.
That's crazy to even say out loud.
I don't know if that means anything. I mean, what's the sample size?
Mm-mm.
All right, so let's not talk about it.
I think it means something.
Of course it does.
It was also the ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah is very close. Up to 3,000 people have been killed since Israel's attacks in Lebanon. It's really crazy. And obviously we had a topic of the day about trans rights and women's rights, which was very interesting. And there was a prosecutors demanding a guy trigger warning, be sentenced for 20 years in jail for mass rapes against his wife. Yeah, really horrible stuff. And that was the end of the end. Any more? Anything good we spoke about?
Yeah. I'll give a hot take after this weekend's games. I want to see what Liverpool does with City, and I'll give a hot take. Because if they lose and terribly,
Let me see the league table once.
if they lose terribly, then that ain't 8 points no more. That's 5. That's reaching distance with City, right? And we're there with City right now. I think 1 point behind City. So that game on the weekend can change a lot.
You're 1 point behind City. You're on the same points as Chelsea and Brighton. Spurs are, what's that, 3 points behind you. Oh, Villa as well. Oh, it's great. This league's pretty open, you know.
It is. It's exciting, man.
This league's pretty open. But 1 draw, 1 loss from Liverpool. You are dropping too many points, man.
Who?
Arsenal.
We did. But did you see our last flipping 6 games? Crazy. Without, oh boy,
Man, what was your last 6 games?
terrible.
Who did you play?
Terrible teams.
Huh?
Terrible teams.
So what's your point? I thought you were saying that you played hard teams.
That's what I'm saying.
Who?
Terrible teams.
What are we doing there? Who you up? You ain't played no one like that.
Terrible 6. It was hard games, bro. And we had no midfield.
So is everybody coming back now?
I think not everybody, but our midfield is there now.
It is mad that City are doing this. 3 losses already in 12 games. 3 losses and 2 draws. And it's not Arsenal at the top of this league. It is bonkers.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I know you don't think so. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm not right. I'm just.
I love
I
the
just
fact
think that
that
is
that you've
bonkers to me.
elevated your perception of Arsenal.
I haven't. I'm going off
No,
what
but
you
you
are
have.
saying. I'm
You
going off
have.
what you are saying. No, because
But
if everything that you
don't
if everything that you have been
don't
telling
speak
me,
for us then.
if everything that
Speak
you have
for
been
you, bro.
if everything that you have been telling me, yeah, is true, then it has to be bonkers to me. You have told me, yeah, that you are going to the second Pep leaves. You are winning the league. Why? Oh no, why haven't we even? Pep said City. What do you think's going to happen? Pep said City. You are telling me the second Pep goes, the league's yours. Pep's been shit in the bed, and you are behind him now. Like this is your theories don't make no sense. This is crazy to me.
You know it's how many games have we played?
12.
That's a lot of games, you know. That's a lot of games, you know.
I'm not even saying. I'm just saying that users should be the ones benefiting from this. It should be you lot.
And I think we are. But you're not seeing it because you're still in the mud and the thick of the nonsense right now.
Okay.
I think we've benefited from this. Okay. And I'm seeing who Liverpool has played and who we've played. Contrast completely, right? So I do believe we've benefited.
Liverpool ain't playing good, you know.
It's not.
Liverpool ain't playing good. I hope you know that.
It's not played out yet, and you'll see the benefit. God willing, in the next 6 games, you'll see the benefit,
Inshallah.
and then you will change. You'll change your cross-legged thinking.
Well, that's the end of the show, guys. We're gonna be at the same time, same place tomorrow. Peace out.
Peace.